Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? Mino Hanaki, the one and only Oiran from Leona. Good evening, everybody. Happy OniMon. God, 78, huh? 78 of them, huh? My goodness, this is way too fucking many. I need a new gimmick. OniMon's gonna get old at some point. Once OniMon hits on 100, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. I came for Yuno in a fedora. Where is Yuno in a fedora? Sorry, it was clickbait. Sorry, it was clickbait. Try hitting 200. That's a lot of OniMon. That's 200 Mondays. 200 of them. Crazy. The horns ruined it. Yeah, true. There's now holes in the fedora that I used for the thumbnail. I'm sorry. I feel cheated. Aren't you happy to still have Yuno? Even if Yuno is not in a fedora? I mean, I can go get a fedora if you really want me to. I just don't... I just don't know if you really want that vibe. I can go grab it, I guess. Where the heck is it even? No fedora, why I live? You guys are so dramatic. Yuno in a fedora is a Redditor. That's the only time you'll ever see me be a Redditor because I do not want to touch Reddit. Fedorant. Fedorant. This is very true. But yes, hello. Hanaki, welcome in, welcome in. Hope you guys had a good weekend. For those of you who didn't make it to Coloring Voxels yesterday. Hope you had a good weekend. Happy Monday. This is gonna be a week. This is gonna be a week. So, as you are probably aware if you saw me post the schedule, both on Twitter and in the YouTube community tab, this week is going to be dedicated to trying to raise money for my 2.0 rig. I've put down a initial payment already, and the second payment is going to be due soon, TM. So everything I'm going to be doing is with the intention of hopefully earning the last bit that I need in order to pay off the last bit of the rigging. I forgot to update it. It's no longer about September funds. Well, I mean, any extra that happens to come in the rest of this month, I guess, will help with paying my second rent payment later in the month, but we don't have to worry about that just yet. The main thing that I'm worrying about right now is paying for the cost of the rigging. It would be ideal to have it happen sometime this week, but if not, it's chill. I'll just have to delay the debut. It's okay. But yeah, so that's kind of the bulk of what's going to be happening this week. I'm doing streams with incentives in the hopes of being able to earn the money, because I don't want to just like ask for it. I feel like that's not ideal. I'm trying to not just ask. I'm trying to make it a bit worthwhile for everybody. So that's kind of the goal with some of the streams that are in the lineup. And regarding our endurances during the weekend, I think I'm still going to try and play those games, but instead of it being traditional crowd control, it's going to be Hitami and I have been discussing this, but I think what we're going to end up doing is just making a custom wheel for each game, and then some of the stuff on the wheel is going to sabotage the game, kind of like what I did for the Nuzlocke, where it's going to be a mix of things that like get to me, get to you guys, and then things that affect the game. We're going to like look at the list of crowd control features and like try to make a wheel based off of it, but it's not going to be like a formal it's not going to be a formal crowd control moment. Can you do the bubbles again? I'm not sure what you mean by the bubbles. What bubbles? Have I done something with bubbles before? Maybe you've confused me with a different person. Because I don't think I've done anything with bubbles on stream before. Were you not playing Swift? No? I'm not playing any other music. I'm confused. Wrong person. Oh, that's okay. That's what I thought. I was like, you might have the wrong person, because I don't think I've ever done that here, but that's okay. Understandable. Have a nice day. Oh, Hanaki! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, Daniel Smith, thank you for the $5 tip. You heard her. Fire Frey. Let's go. Fire Frey. Bye. Thank you for coming in. That was funny. Twitch is such a funny website. In case you guys haven't noticed, Twitch chat is now on the bottom on this screen. I think I'm going to keep it on the bottom. I think having it scroll on the lower part of the screen, the lower third, is kind of ideal. The setup seems to be good. I like it at the very least. Who'd ever mistake which VTuber did a thing? Couldn't be me. Oh. I feel like that's a special skill. VTubers are all so, like, unique and varied in what they do. I feel like it'd be kind of hard for me to confuse who did what thing. Keep forgetting that Yuno streams on Twitch now. Isn't it weird? I don't really advertise it still. I'm just trying to, diversify. I'm also just trying to build Twitch into something that could potentially be a decent enough replacement to, like, become my, like, primary streaming platform, depending on how things go. We'll see. I'm keeping an eye on it, at the very least. At the very least. Oh, I realize the way that Twitch chat is set up, you can't see the full emotes. I need to adjust the size again. Ugh. Pain in my butt. There we go. Yay, I'm on Twitch chat. You sure are. Welcome. You know, it's both the red Oni and the blue Oni, but we mixed the pigments wrong. Budget cuts. You tried to mix red and blue to get a purple Oni, and then she came out green. That's what happens when you add Chemical X or whatever. And now I'm on YouTube chat. Wow! Multi-chat drifting. Hell yeah. Is this... No. That's Viva la Japon. Where the frick is... I'm Tomoe Carmine, and you're watching Disney Channel. Hi, Tomoe Carmine. I love you. I'm happy to see you. Sorry the bit sound is so loud. I still haven't figured out how the frick to turn it down. Saucy Grandpa, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, hi, hey. Hi, hey, hi. Hi, Tomoe Carbide. Have you guys listened to Tomoe's latest cover? It slaps. I was so hyped when I saw that she posted a cover of it. I was like, yippee! What if we chat in both at the same time? You're totally allowed to. What am I gonna do? Tell you no? Thank you, Yuno. Thank you, Tomoe Carbide. Your covers are a gift. But no, I'm trying to find where Magirak is. Is it this? I think it's this. Yeah, I need to move you. You're normally, like, on the corner. Something happened when I was trying to adjust where I was going to put Twitch chat, and then it caused, like, this primary chat screen to just kind of be, like, really small and all over the place and, like, not in the right spot ever. And it was stressing me out. I was like, no! Everything's out of alignment! It's over. Tomoe car yours? I never said that. I oppose to chatting, I embrace chaos. Well, unfortunately, in order to oppose chatting, you did post in chat, so you've kind of gone against your own best wishes. Emote only chat? Ah, I see. That's what you're doing. Okay, hold on. I have to see if I can do that from here. I think I can. I think I can. Chat appearance. No, that's not right. Okay, I think I have to go over to Twitch proper to set that up. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, Twitch people. You're going to be emote only for a little while. I don't know if I can do it with a command prompt, so I guess we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way through the Twitch stream manager. Oh god, don't play me. Don't play my voice. Don't play my voice. Don't play my voice. I don't want to listen to that right now. Stop, 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 stop. Okay. Where are you? Emote only chat. You're in jail now. Emotes only for you guys. But this way you guys can also see down below that some people on Twitch get access to exclusive Yuno, Hanaki, and Tamagotchi emotes that you guys don't have over here. So, you can consider going over to Twitch and using the follower emotes, or maybe consider subscribing to get other emotes that we don't necessarily have over here anymore because I took them away or for whatever XYZ reason. We have things like Dama Cool, the Neuron Activation, the Yermit is back over there. We have the Tamagotchi Wave. Yeah. So you should follow Twitch. Backseat streamer. Good point. I always post the link to my Twitch whenever I post that I'm streaming, like on my go live tweets, but I forget to like actually advertise it in chat. It do be like that. Chaotic KV and 2112 DS12 Dread. Thank you for following on Twitch. And also thank you for the stretch. I'm gonna stretch right now. I'm gonna stretch right this second. It's all in the shoulders for me when it comes to stretching, man. It's always my shoulders that are suffering. Still no pensive? I think I can add pensive. I think we still have slots. But Twitch might not approve it right away, so I don't know if you'd be able to use it super quickly. Backseating is okay if cute girl. It is okay if cute girl, but that's because it's streamer to streamer communication. It's not like... Oh my god, no. What did I say? Don't play my voice. Violence. Anyway, please follow on Twitch. I am also on Twitch. I am on Twitch. Follow Twitch. I stream there, and there is Twitch where I am streaming. It is Twitch. Yeah. I'll pin it temporarily. I'll pin it temporarily. Guys, I think she's on Twitch. Really? I don't know how you could tell that. How'd you figure that out? But to use chat, you gotta give it your phone number? Yes. It's because Twitch has once again been having a really bad bot problem recently, so it's just a lot easier to get rid of most, if not all, bots if you make it that they have to verify phone numbers. Emails are very easy to spoof. Phone numbers, way less easy to spoof. So you gotta do it if you want to be able to chat on Twitch, but it's worth it if you ask me. And it means that the streamer has a bit of peace of mind. Okay. So that's done. Yippee! Yippee! Throwaway phones can work. Shh, don't say that part. Don't say that. I feel like you also shouldn't suggest that to people. The whole point of this is that I'm trying to vet who comes into my chat so that I don't have to worry about bots or bad actors. You have to put in the work if you want to troll me. If you want to go out and buy a burner phone, sure. But that means you have to go put in the work. Just to call me, like, I don't know, fat or stupid or whatever. Just to get deleted the minute you post it also. Like, if you really want to put in that work, I guess so. If that's what you want to do, I guess. But yeah, anyways. Trolling you on my flip phone and snapping it in half after sending one message. That's crazy. I love the dedication. You have to post a picture of the snapped phone. And you have to post it to the general hashtag on Twitter and be like, get fucking owned, streamer. I freaking owned you. You don't even know who I was. So I'm just like, were you the one that posted that epic troll message in chat? And you're just like, ah, frick. How long does the emote only period last? I'm going to say, like 10 minutes from when I enabled it. So like 4 more minutes and then I will turn off emote only again. I will free you from your prison. It's like 4 more minutes. Unless you want to stay emote only for the rest of stream. That's fine too. Come join us on the purple site. We have cookies. I don't know if we should promise them things that are not necessarily true. In terms of food items and the emotes, the only thing we have is the Yermit with the tea. We do not really have much else. Can I add an emote? Can I add an emote? I think there's still some slots. Let me see. Okay, so I don't have any more slots for standard emotes. I would need more subscribers, I think. Oh, Tom, thank you for becoming a member of Soulfire. TO3 on the YouTube. And that Matt, thank you for celebrating 21 months of membership in the emote tier. Thank you. It looks like if I was to put in Yuno Pensive, I would have to put it in either tier 2 or tier 3. Well, I guess I could also do some rearranging. I could also probably get rid of the default love emote because that was a default one that Twitch gave me.
The only lights guide you back.
Tari, thank you for being a member for 7 months of the emote tier. And Beep Beeps, thank you for being a member of the Oni Lights for 7 months. 7 months, wow, wow. To think that some people are also close to their 2-year anniversary of being members, crazy. Crazy work. Oh, I earned a GG emote at some point? That's funny. I earned a GG emote at some point. Okay, Slay. Don't really have any use for that. Don't really play games where I need to have GG available, but that's pretty funny. Happy OniMon Day, thank you. Happy OniMon Day to you, too. Old, what the frick? What the frick? Yeah, I guess the only stuff I could add now would be animated emotes. We have 7 animated emote slots for tier 1, and then there's also 2 more bonus ones that I'm guessing I've earned through amount of subscribers over here. I guess. So that's neat. That's cool. I don't have any animated emotes though. So as cool as that is, I don't have any animated emotes yet. I don't have those. So I guess I cannot give you pensive right now. Soonj, perhaps. Maybe in the future. Ah, okay, perfect. I got distracted from what I was doing, guys. Remember when I was gonna put on the frickin' fedora? I forgot. Oops. Don't worry, it'll happen again. Okay. I think I'm gonna free Twitch chat now. Release you from your prison. Twitch also has the classic Kappa and lol. Yeah, those are universal emotes though. Like, you can use those on literally any channel. I'm talking about the ones that are available on the Yuno Hanaki channel. Alright, you're free. You can talk now. Was this your subconscious refusing the fedora? I refuse! I didn't want to put it on! Look, they are free. They are rejoicing. Put me back in the cage. It wasn't a cage. Things returned to order. What was I doing right? I have to do the whole importing of the item into VTube Studio again. I used the freaking fedora for the thumbnail. I didn't use it for the in the VTS. I'm going to cry. Okay, I have to do this the slow and annoying way. Okay. It's fine. Mr. Zach, thank you for redeeming emote only chat again. I feel like I should have made that cost more points. Alright, back to jail. See you again at 8:53. You can't see everything they're saying, but it was literally, wouldn't it be funny if someone activated emote only again right away? I think I should consider putting a cooldown on that and maybe also increasing the amount of points it is. It's rough on Twitch. The economy is, very interesting over there. I'm not gonna lie. What the frick was I doing? Right. So I need to grab... Need to find where I saved the fedora. Anyway, so how are you guys doing? Happy Monday. Like I said at the beginning of all this. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope everything's fine. I'm doing okay. I made myself have a little bit more of a chill day than I probably should have. I wanted to do, like, some work stuff, but I realized I was getting kind of stressed out, and I was just like, I need to cool it a little. So I cooled it a little today instead. Hitomi was also off of work, so we just played more of our Soul Link Nuzlocke. Which was nice. It was good to just do that for a little while. Where did I save it? I forget what I named this thing. Any casualties? No, surprisingly. We're doing pretty well. We've had only 3 deaths, I think, so far. Most of our failures have been when it comes to catching, because Hitomi tends to overshoot when it comes to trying to get a Pokemon weak enough to catch. And so it would often lead to her accidentally killing the Pokemon she encountered so he wouldn't get an encounter on a route. That's kind of the worst it's been. And then I killed 2 Pokemon in a fight against Professor Sycamore in the lab when we first get to Lumio City, so that was my bad. Aha, oops. But to be fair, I was against a Garchomp that had Dragon Rage, so it was doing instant 40 HP, and a lot of my Pokemon were kind of weak, so the 40 HP was actually doing a lot of damage and would potentially kill if I didn't just spam potions instead of attacking. So I had to do a strategic sack at one point because one of my Pokemon wrongfully PO'd, rest and rip. And so I had to use my Pachirisu that had Bide so that it would take the attacks from the Garchomp, and then it was able to use Bide and kill it. But then the Garchomp had Rough Skin as its ability, so Rough Skin killed the Pachirisu. But it was such a heroic death. 07 to my Pachirisu, you're truly an icon. It was kind of awesome, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was pretty epic. Okay, it does start with an F. Alright, let me... I couldn't remember if I actually saved it with an F at the start. There it is. Hands off. Thank you very much for the follow over on Twitch. Thank you, thank you. Pew, 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 pew. All this work just to put a fedora on my freaking head. Oh my god. There you go. Pachirisu with the World Champ cosplay. I know, right? Worth it. I had to do it to get that fucking Garchomp out of the way. His other two Pokemon were super easy in comparison also. His other two Pokemon were super easy to defeat. But I was kind of just like, man. Because I love Pachirisu. It's my favorite of the Pikachu clone Pokemon. So I was very sad that I had to lose my Pachirisu. But at least he went out nobly. My hero. My goat. Okay, so I've saved to the folder. Now I have to put on the hat. Do you guys want me to wear it with or without horns? Because technically I could go normie and then it would make the putting on the hat a lot easier. Or do you want to see it with the horns? Do you want to stick with the bit with the horns or... Hope you're enjoying my emote-only topical responses. I am, thank you. You guys are definitely showing your resourcefulness. Oops, who was that? Who was that girl for a second? Horns, because it would be funny to imagine the fedora being stabbed. Okay, as you wish. Let's see. Fedora. Big hat. I guess it would kind of be like this size, no? And then I have to adjust the layering, so... Oh god, that's not right. It's in the model. How do I do this? It was a lot easier to just like adjust where the horns were in making the thumbnail. Because I really don't understand how to do this stuff in VTS yet. I don't know what I'm doing. And a specific layer? Hold on, I can do this. No, I cannot. Okay, that's not right either. No, I don't want it to... Yeah, be like that. And then... The layers are a bit strange. Hold on. Let me just try to do it like one at a time if I can. That's what it would look like if the horns were actually gonna stab through. They changed how this works. Well, the way they did it originally was a lot easier for me to understand. This way is not as easy. I don't like this new version. I don't like this updated version. It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. I don't like it. Fedora too powerful? It's more like my layers are a bit dumb. The layers of my model are a little bit dumb. Only have layers? Yes. We've been over this. Also, you're free from jail again, Twitch. Welcome back. Have the horns as separate images. You could edit the hat image so it has horns popping out, then turn off the model horns. True. That'd be a lot of work, though. That'd be a lot of work, though. And I don't want to sit here and do that right now. That just feels like a slight waste of time. I'm already wasting a lot of time trying to fight VTube Studio. Let's just go without the horns, and stick with it like that. I have to make it a little bigger in order for that to make sense then. Madachi. Are you happy now? Is this what you wanted? Is this the Yuno experience that you wanted today? Are you happy now? Are you satisfied? Please say yes. Please say yes. Nice hat. Why, thank you, Pwincess. Thanks, I hat it. You're missing the letter E in order to convey what you actually want to say. I'm actually... No longer clickbait. That's true. This is no longer clickbait. What's E hat? Shut up! No, I meant hat. Mm-mm. You cannot hat something that is not a verb. That is not an action. A hat is a noun. They just did. Well, stop. Well, stop it then. Damn. Anyways. But yeah, I didn't really get up to much today, all things considered. I was mostly hanging out, chilling, playing the Soul Link. I want to call it a Soul Lock. I guess you could technically also call it a Soul Lock. But it was good. We just got our when we stopped, I think we just got badge 4. So we have to circle back to Lumios to get to the 5th gym, I believe. But we have like a route in between, which means another encounter soon, TM. Yay! Can I sombrero it at least? No. If hat isn't a verb, how can you have a hatter like the Mad Hatter? Because that's not a verb. He is not... Like, hatter is not an action. A hatter is a noun. Are verbs actions in the simple present tense? I'm not here to argue that stuff today. I do not have the brain capacity. I'm already tired and it's only Monday. And I didn't even do anything today. That's the true struggle. Real. Anyways. But yeah, hope your Mondays were good. I don't know what else to talk about today. I already kind of said the bulk of what I wanted to say, which is we need to be prepared this week for all of the shenaniganery that will be afoot as part of the attempts to raise money for model. As you can see up there, the goal is 2,525 doll hairs, and we're currently at 1K because I have managed to handle everything in my life without going below that. Please be proud of me. I've been budgeting so hard. I have been budgeting so hard and being very careful with my meals and everything in order to save this amount of money. I've been trying really hard. It's been really difficult. So it'll be a little bit easier. So technically, by all accounts, we're really only earning the 1,500. So that's hopefully a bit easier to accomplish. And if you divide 1,500 by the 7 streams that I'll be doing this week, it shouldn't be too difficult, I think, to hopefully manage to reach the goal at some point, maybe. I am proud. I expected it to go lower for life expenses and stuff. I've been trying very, very hard. I have been not getting any little treats. I have been locking the fuck in and making dinner at home almost every day of the week besides like 1 or 2. I've been really trying my best. That said, I do need to get groceries this week, probably. I think I have enough money to do it without dipping in, but I do have to get groceries to replenish some stuff. But no, I've been a good girl. It's been very hard. It's been very stressful. Do you know that meme of the preschool girl crying while she's trying to, like, write something in crayon or whatever? That's been me looking at my budget. That's been me looking at my budget and doing my bills and all of that stuff. It's been very adult core. I don't like it. You know, reenacting the scene from Mickey and the Beanstalk? Yeah, where they're trying to cut the bread and they have to cut, like, invisible, like, semi-transparent slices. That has been me. This is true. Garrett2728, thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. Welcome in, welcome in. Ice soup, noodle soup, horn soup, mac and cheese. Not the horn soup. It is not horn soup. No. What the flick? You know, is doing her budgeting in crayon. You think I can afford to waste the ink in my pens when I can't get new pens? I'm kidding. I'm being dramatic. But yeah, I've been like handwriting out a lot of my budgeting things because I've been trying to like visualize it better, and sometimes putting in numbers in spreadsheet does nothing for my brain. Meanwhile, writing it out on like a notepad does way better. I'm a very analog girly sometimes when it comes to like taking notes and like internalizing information. It's a lot easier for me to handwrite than it is to type something into a schedule sometimes. That's why I have like physical planners for a lot of my content creation stuff. If I write it down by hand, I'm more likely to remember. And it feels a lot easier to visualize by flipping through pages in a planner than it is to just look at my calendar online. You could boil that gold one for bone broth, fix some layering issues, kind of 2 for 1. If I was going to boil down my horns for the gold, don't you think I could just sell that and then have the money for the rigging? Then I wouldn't even have to be worrying about all this. I feel like that would be more of the thing that we'd be fixing in the 2 for 1. My cousin wears a fedora IRL. He's more socially awkward than a genuine stereotypical fedora guy. That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like if anything, when it comes to stereotypical fedora guys, they kind of come across more like, more extroverted than one would think. Like, they have a lot of confidence. Love that for them. But you'd still be hungry? I mean, if I got enough in gold, would I be though? Not gonna lie, I came because of the fedora. Well, welcome in then, Pwincess. I hope you enjoy your stay. Madamadachi. Sorry, da Madachi. I was trying to figure out the pun for so long with the thumbnail. It was talking to Hitomi that helped me figure it out eventually. It was also Hitomi's idea to even do something with fedoras, because if you've been watching my streams, I've been making jokes and talking kind of like a nerd with that typical like don't even worry about it, Pwincess type of energy. So we thought we would capitalize on the fact that that's kind of my trending bit right now. Nice hat. Why, thank you, Pwincess. I'm wearing it especially because I'm getting to talk to you today. This is a special occasion. So much Riz, you know it. I mean, I am an Oiran. I do naturally have some Riz. I guess the fedora is only amplifying my already existing Riz, you know? Ruby in college was every negative stereotype about fedora guys personified. Oh man. Also, for the record, I don't actually think you wearing a fedora automatically makes you like an asshole or whatever. At the end of the day, it's just a hat. It's just a funny looking hat. You will notice that I don't really say anything particularly offensive when I do the nerd voice either. I just kind of say stupid shit. I'm not trying to make fun of like actual offensive stereotypes. I'm just trying to be silly. This fedora is amplifying my whiz. I mean, wouldn't you agree, Pwincess? Don't you think that I am particularly whizziful today? Letting the fedora wear you. Turning into Elmer Fudd.
Be very, very quiet. It's rabbit season.
You sound like Tanella and Noza from Owl House. I've never watched Owl House, so I don't know if that comparison is accurate or not. Madame Madachi tips hat, takes off hat, throws it away. Never doing that again. That reminds me of that really old set of images. This was like a really old, like, viral Tumblr post where people were like, do people who wear fedoras actually act that weird? It's just a hat. Let me put it on for a second. And it's like it's like captions above images of a person like looking at a fedora curiously and then deciding to put it on. And then the minute they put it on, they have like a kind of like suave looking like smarmy face, and then they say something like nice guys always finish last, and then it's the last image is always them like cartoonishly throwing the hat away and screaming. And then there's like a bunch of replies of people doing the exact same bit, like grabbing their own fedoras and then like getting turned into nice guys. It's so silly. Like, they get possessed. Yeah, that's the joke. That it's like the fedora itself is like the manifestation of that kind of attitude. It's so silly.
Lights guide you back to me.
Love your hat. Thank you. I think it looks kind of good on me, I guess. Also, I believe it's Pult, or is it Bolt? I can't see what the accent marker is. I think it's Bolt? Bolsken? Yeah. Bolsken, thank you for being a member for 2 months of the emote tier. Thank you, thank you. Brotherhood of the Traveling Hat. Well, the joke is that there were even some girls who were doing the trend too. So it was girls being like, maybe if a girl wears the fedora, then it won't be a problem. And so then they do it. And then it also makes them act like a gentleman like that. And then they also have to throw the hat away and scream. First I heard of it was a webcomic about a girl being annoyed by a fedora wearing guy. I don't remember where the stereotype exactly started. But I remember the viral Tumblr post. So that's where I kind of had the association with fedoras. Sounds like a bygone internet era. It is. There's a reason I'm saying it about like Tumblr. This was like golden era Tumblr, which was like 2012 peak comedy. 2012 comedy was kind of bad. I'm not going to lie to you. It was not great. Let's not kid ourselves. Strong will is required to master the fedora unless a lady wears it because then they are fedora adorable. Fedora Dora. I see ya. I miss those trends with people doing things like drawings and photos. Yeah, I do admit the photo sets were pretty funny back then. But Tumblr changed its layout like a lot, so now photo posts just do not work the same as they did back then. It used to be a lot easier to like understand the reply chain back in that era. Now it's just all like straight down posts. The vibe is not the same. It takes so much longer to scroll past a post now. Then that one image of a guy wearing a hat got associated with it. The irony that he was wearing a trilby, not a fedora. Yeah, people were confusing fedoras and trilbies a lot. I remember that was actually a big point of discourse on the post I was talking about too. Discourse over a freaking hat. But it's fair. There were a lot of people wrongfully calling trilbies fedoras.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Josh Knowles, thank you for the $25 tip. Hope this works. Rock the fedora. It does. Thank you. We are now officially at the point where, well, there's a little bit, like, more now, but we're officially on our way, to... Okay, basically, if we round it, we only have, like, 1,500 left for the minimum of the rigging, okay? That's what I'm trying to communicate. I don't know how to do math that quickly off the top of my head, but we're basically at the point where it's just 1,500 more to go. And then I can get my rig. Yay! Yippee! Yippee! So close. I'm trying to be optimistic. I hope we can do it. Have to add, hope this works because Stream Elements is only 60% effective for me. That does suck. I wonder what's wrong with it.
More than I anticipated. Thank you.
Pira, thank you for the $50 tip. Oh my gosh, we're even closer now. Oh, Hanaki, get moneyed, Pwincess. Why, thank you, kitten. Thank you so much for your patronage. Daddy will continue to be an internet cloud on the internet just for you, Pwincess. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Yay! Closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. Was expected to be called kitten. Well, since you called me princess, I had to call you something else. So you kind of backed me into a corner. I was like, what else do they say? Kitten? I guess. That's the universe we're living in now. We can't both be the Pwincess in this scenario. You'd have to become something else. Therefore, kitten. Don't worry, I don't plan to make a habit of it. It's just the bit for today. A bit that I will also constantly break the immersion of so that you guys know that I'm not just naturally cringe. You gotta be kidding me. How do I get out of this universe? You could leave. Buddy, friend, guy. Not naturally cringe, she says. Yeah, I'm not always like this. This is a bit. This is just a bit for today. I'm not always like this. I'm kind of normal. Other times, I'm cringe in different ways. This is a flavor of cringe that I am not usually. Here I am painting minis and I have to stop to laugh. I hope you're having fun painting your minis. I'm sorry that you have to stop because I'm just that entertaining and hilarious. Don't even worry your pretty little head, princess. It just happened to be really funny. 2.0 is secretly just Fedora, Yuno, but a fancier Fedora. She's testing the waters. Could you imagine? I've been doing all of this teasing of what purple Yuno looks like, and I've been implying that I'm still going to be an Oiron, but then in the end, I'm actually just wearing like a really girly dress, and then I'm actually just wearing a fedora with my horns poking out. The fact they stopped makes you think there was a record scratch. I say that I'm not usually cringe, and then there's a record scratch, and it's just like, pause. Why would she say such a thing? It's obvious that she's constantly cringe. But no, I promise I am not catfishing 2.0. 2.0 does look exactly how the teaser images look, okay? I promise. I do think it'd be very funny if I was just completely throwing you for a loop, but I promise you I'm not. I've been as genuine and honest as I can be. The 2.0 stinger goes by and we just hear, oh, Pwincess, 2.0 is here. That'd be so funny. That'd be so funny. I have to have a super serious trailer for 2.0, and then I also have to have a meme one. I have to have both, and I need to see how well they do. You know, you have the opportunity to hear something super funny. I mean, there was a time where Kaya made me a joke silhouette for 2.0, so for all intents and purposes, I could just see if we could cook something up again. But no, I think I want to have a super serious trailer for 2.0, and then I think I also want to have like a silly meme one, and just see which one does better in the algorithms. Like which one actually draws people in for debut more. I think it'd be funny. I think that would be very, very funny. Like you have a super serious one with like my serious voice and my like very serious lore, and then the silly one's just like, Pwincess, I'm finally here. I have finished putting together the best fedora, and I will be ready to see you during my debut. 100% the mean one. Oh yeah, obviously. Chicago Mafia Oiron, pinstripe suit, 3-piece, rigging for jacket on, over shoulders held, vest, no vest, unbuttoned shirt. I'm seeing a vision. I think you just want Yuno in a pinstripe suit. I think that's just the vision that you are having, which is very valid. Trust me. I get it. Women in suits? Yes. It's a good vision. We've talked a lot about it before, yes. And a Tommy gun, but sure, suit first. Yuno in a zoot suit? I will be honest, what is a zoot suit? I will ask the questions that people are afraid to ask. What is a zoot suit? Gangster Yuno. I don't really know if I suit being in a gang. Do I really have gang girl energy? I don't think so. I am too, not introverted, but like more just like, I don't go outside enough to be a valuable member of a gang. I sit here and I yap at my computer, and when I'm not yapping at my computer, I am typing Word on my computer, and that feels virtually useless to most gangs. 1980s gangster suit. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Ever seen The Mask, the suit he wore, or the one in Tom and Jerry wore? I have seen The Mask. Thinking of the suit in The Mask is a lot easier. It's that, like, banana-looking thing, right? Like, he had a very yellow suit. So I guess that. VTuber in a fedora is zooting it up. You seem to be really into the fedora, which I love for you. That's the one. Ah, okay, okay, okay. I mean, maybe. There's lots of potential for future outfits. My brain's been cooking so many simultaneously. I'm not against the idea of throwing a suit into the mix. I just don't know what color I would assign that. Specifically the tight coat and really wide pants that make it a zoot suit. Ah, okay, okay. Tight coat, wide pants. Okay, okay, okay. More fit than color. Popo zoot suit. Wonder if Yuno can even lift a Tommy gun. I probably could. Not without a bit of struggle, but I could probably lift it. I could do it. Have faith in me. I could do it. It's only like 20 pounds. I could probably do it then, but probably. Could you make one out of a balloon? No. I've said this before. I'm not very dexterous with my hands. I probably cannot make any balloon animals. I would pop that shit immediately. I am just not dexterous enough. Can lift a Tommy gun, but can she handle the recoil? I don't know. Maybe. I have pretty stable footing. You guys need to remember I am on Geta. It would be kind of hard to push me off because I'm basically already standing on a separate floor. It would be kind of hard to push me back. I'm used to wearing platform heels. Platform shoes. I believe you can make a balloon worm, and if you're daring a balloon snake, oh my god, so true. If I really feel like I want to show off, I can make a balloon snake. Audiences would be mystified. Yuno doesn't need to hold it. In the Mafia universe, the Damadachi are her goons. Oh, so you guys would hold it for me? You guys would possess the gun to make it lighter? That works as a threat? Okay, okay, okay. I'll give you what you want. I'll give you what you want. Imagine me in the zoot suit, okay? Ahem.
You know, I don't like having to use this. It's heavy. And I have people to lift heavy things for me. You know a good way to make it lighter?
There you go. There's your Mafia Yuno voice pack teaser. Coming 2020, question mark, question mark. How do you know he wouldn't make it heavier for you? Because I know in reality you would not be that mean to me. I know in reality you would still simp just enough. You guys wouldn't be that mean to me. You can be mean, but I don't think you would be that mean to me. I'd swap it with 20 pounds of feathers to make it easier for her. Yes, 20 pounds of feathers, which immediately makes it lighter, by the way. Don't pay attention to the number of pounds. Twitch chat died on the screen? No, I don't think they're dead. It's more just that nobody is talking. Yeah. It has not died. I'm watching both. The service that I use shows both chats at once. It's not dead, but it's okay. You said making it lighter. I thought we were gonna say by emptying it in you. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Actually, it said it ate one of the messages. Oh. I mean, I'm not seeing anything that got eaten. The last message was yours. Not your most recent one, but like the one before when we were talking about the origin of the fedora stereotype.
Remember, I didn't wish for that. You did that one on your own.
Maybe I should have added a voice acting stream to one of these days for like paid requests. I feel like you guys could just sit here and feed me lines for ages. I sent a couple that didn't show up. That's why I thought it had crashed. Oh, weird. Maybe it was flagging them with like auto mod or something to prevent spam. I don't think it would though. I have my auto mod set pretty loosely.
No idea.
The double trap doesn't work with steel. The pound of gold versus pound of feathers is a double trap because a pound of feathers is heavier than a pound of gold. One of them was just this emote. Yeah, I do think I have a setting that reduces emote spam. And now that emote only chat is turned off, maybe it's trying to be more careful about emote usage. I don't know. I'll have to like look at Automod again. Geronimo, thank you for being a member of the emote tier. Welcome in, welcome in. Enjoy your emotes. Enjoy, enjoy. Might not be your fault, not the first time this has happened during a Twitch stream. Ah, fair enough. I am voting Chrono Trigger as I play. I'm only on the first half of VOD 3. Has the game impressed you more yet? I mean, I'm enjoying playing. I still feel like I'm just in the stage of, like, I enjoy the gameplay more than I care about the story. The story hasn't really, like, moved me in any way. At least not in a way that's, like, emotionally moving. I'm just kind of like, oh, it's a good story. Like, I understand it's, like, quintessential JRPG experience and, like, vibes and, like, plot twists. But I'm not, like, riveted. I think it's going to be hard for me to experience it as, like, God's gift to gaming in a lot of ways. Not that I'm assuming that that's how other people feel about it, but I think there's just not really anything that has, like, really impacted me in terms of, like, my taste in gaming and, like, what I enjoy in video game, I guess. The characters are more my thing than the story itself. That's true. I do think that the characters are quite charming and silly. I do like them. I think the characters are good. I just think the story is kind of straightforward. Not necessarily bare bones, but it's just kind of straightforward in a lot of ways. What about characters? Any favorites? I love Frog. I love Frog. I also like Robo. Ayla's also been pretty good. I like her too. I think of the girls, it's between her and Luca for, like, girls that I like the most. But I think if I had to choose a favorite character, I would say Frog. I think he's great. I like Frog. Frog has been a mainstay in my party. Currently, though, I've been using him and Ayla because their combined dual healing move, Slurp Kiss. As disgusting as it is, because it's just giving you a wet, sloppy kiss. So gross, but it heals the party so well. So I keep using them. So that's kind of my go-to party. And I think that's why Ayla's been climbing up the ranks in terms of characters that I like. Basically, every party member has a cool flavor and the party is capped at 3. Yeah, I do kind of wish the party was bigger. What game are we talking about? Chrono Trigger. I am doing a playthrough of Chrono Trigger on my channel right now. I wish I was in Frog's party. Me. I wish I was there. Lots of people like Luca and Ayla, the nerdy girl and the cool wild girl. Well, I like Luca also because she's Chrono's childhood friend, and I always root for the childhood friends. Not that I think Luca has a crush on Chrono, but I feel like I like Luca the best between like her and Marl. I'm not really into Marl. I don't really care for her character all that much, which is why I like haven't used her besides when she was mandatory in the party. Ripperino. And then I think Ayla is a really compelling character as well. I also like the fact that she's actually like romantically involved with an NPC, so she doesn't have to worry about the like fighting over Chrono drama that like a lot of female party members tend to have in JRPGs. Where they fight over the male lead. I'm always just kind of like, okay. Does anyone else think the fedora's top looks like a big nose with big nostrils? It does kind of give pig nose vibes. But that's just where the clothing folds are. Now I see it. But yeah, no, I don't think I dislike the game. I do like it. I just think it's kind of like a 7 out of 10 for me right now. Why the fuck did my Fugi just pop up? Embed URL no longer works. Oh, right. Fugi Tech had like a big update recently, so now Fugi doesn't work the same way. I'd have to change out all the links. That was weird, though. I'm not in a Discord. Why did my Fugi pop up? I'm not in a Discord, VC. Hello? That's cursed. Alert, alert! Link no longer work right. But yeah, I heard that Fugi had like a big update, and now the way that it's changed things has been kind of like weird. I haven't had to use my Fugi for a hot minute, so I haven't like gone to the Fugi website to actually see, but I do enjoy a female character in any game that doesn't have to be in love with the protagonist. That's why I like that Ayla already has like a partner and they seem like very dedicated to one another. He's very worried about her safety. She keeps insisting on taking on all the danger for him so that the tribe that they take care of will like still have a leader, but it also because she trusts him to lead them. It's very cute. Since the spelling bee, well, the spelling bee, I just had to send my Fugi link to Yui. I didn't have to really like adjust my Fugi. I have not touched my Fugi or like changed my image ever since Family Feud in Kawaii, where Hana Mizuki all matched their Fugis with the 6-month chibis. That was the last time I like edited my Fugi. I do plan to change it though once I get a new reactive chibi, or like a new reactive in general, I guess, that I can put onto Fugi instead to reflect the new design and all that. But that's the last time I ever changed it. That was like 5,000 years ago. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean when I say that I haven't really had to worry about it. I've just left the source up so that way whenever I need to go put my Fugi on screen, it's just there. I'm the all-rounder party guy. That's fair. I don't really like, I'm the kind of person where I would just kind of rotate out based on what I feel is plot relevant. So like if I'm fighting someone that's like a main character is arch nemesis, or like if I'm fighting someone that's like a main character's family member, or like the main character's like friend or whatever, I will try to have the like most plot relevant characters in the team. So when the game kind of forces changes on me and it's like you have to have Chrono and this character, I'm like, nice. And then I just change the third, usually to Frog if my permanent member is not Frog, because I like Frog. But like then I like it when it gives you like mandatory party members, because then I'm just like, yay, now I know for sure that it's plot relevant. Love that for me. But I think that Isla hits very hard, and she's also pretty like strong defensively, which is good because Frog is not strong defensively. Frog is kind of made of paper. But, and then like I said, the healing combo that he has with Isla is really good. I don't want this stream to just become me talking about Chrono Trigger. We could literally talk about this during a Chrono Trigger stream. But anyways, I do really like Isla and Frog, but Frog is my number one, to answer the question. Final Fantasy VI does a good job encouraging you to use everyone since the endgame has multiple parties simultaneously. That's fair. There are a couple Tales games that also give you a chance to use like A team and B team, so that way you're playing with like different characters in each one. But that can also be hard because if you're not used to playing other characters, you could get thrown to the wolves with whatever your B team is, and you're just like, oh shit, I don't have any of my mains in here. So I've gotten a bit, at least with games like Symphonia, that's kind of what made me learn how to play the other characters more, because it's just like, I gotta make sure I can work with them. Gotta make sure I can lock in. But it also helps that I did actually think in the past that I wanted to be really good at the magic users, so I learned how to play characters like Genus. Genus, I think, was my first main after Lloyd. And then I learned how to play Presea. And then I can kind of play... No, wait. I think it was Lloyd first, and then Colette, actually, and then Genus, and then Presea. Everybody else I'm not very good at. I can kind of play Rain if I really have to, but I don't really like playing as Rain because I like being able to go hit things. I like being able to hit stuff, and Rain cannot go hit stuff. Nice hat you've got there. Everyone's been complimenting my hat. I feel so fashionable and trendy. Oh, sorry, I need to be in character. Thank you very much, Pwincess. I'm wearing it especially because I get to talk to you today. Thank you so much, Pwincess. Thank you so much for your compliment. I just like playing as the black mage and making things go boom. That's fair. A goatee would really complete the look. I can give you a mustache. Do you want me to put on a mustache? I don't have a goatee asset, and I don't want to go find one. But I can put on a mustache if you'd like. I tried playing Carol. What is that design? Yeah, with his random, like, grab bag of everything. Playing Carol kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really enjoy playing as him either. I was a Rita main also in Vesperia. Didn't really like anybody else's fighting styles. I like could kind of play Yuri for the sake of like having to play him in solo parts because main character. But I was mostly a Rita main. Oh god, it pinned to my mouth. No. No, it pinned to my mouth. Hold on. It's not supposed to go there. Needs to pin to my nose. No. Perfection. Da-da-da-da. Okay. How to deal with a game where you get a party of 3 the whole game, 9 total characters available throughout, and then the final boss makes you use all of them when you've never had to do that. That was rough. Interesting. And a pair of aviators. Okay. I think I have aviator glasses in like the default VTube Studio stuff. Hold on. Putting in the work. Putting me to work like this, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. Pink mustache, I know who you stole that from. It's literally a default in VTube Studio. I didn't steal it from anyone. Also, like, do you not remember the whole saga with you not? It's just you not's mustache. Oh, they're a little crooked. They're a little bit crooked, actually. Hold on. Ah, frick. I have to... No! It's over. Why did it shift? I literally didn't do anything to you. Why did you spin? Please hold. I have to lock the fuck in. Meh. No, it happened again. Fucking... Alright, hold on. This is so stupid. Okay. Lock in. And then this. Nope. No. Can I grab anything in the universe ever? Okay. Lock this on its spot. Gonna move this. I'm gonna adjust the glasses. Wrong thing. And then you seem to go like here. Then I wanna... Can I... Oh, now you don't want to right-click. I see. Now you want to be just annoying. God, I freaking hate... Whatever. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Meh. Okay. There, now I am very dapper. I am a dapper gentleman. Okay, sorry, let me back read. What is your ideal party size in RPGs? I think 4 in action RPG, but 6 in turn-based. Like, as in total on the field? Because that's kind of big. I think 4 is good for both action and turn-based. I don't think I can handle having 6 on the field at once, personally. Speed. Oh yeah, the wheel's gonna come back on Friday and Saturday, so I'm sure you guys will be happy to hear Speen once again. Better question, how many is too many characters in a JRPG? I'm okay with a max, like, amount of 8 party members, or like 8 or 9, maybe 10 max. Why is it not sticking to my eyes properly? Did it stick on my eyelashes? I'm going to find a bridge and admire the scenery. Is what I'm gonna do. Ugh. Alright, well now... See if I can fix this. Nope. Not like that. What I want to do is... I really don't like how they changed this, because it used to be a lot easier to just have it go, like, by layers, but now... Now it doesn't work like that. It kind of sucks. to a flip on your way down. No, I'm admiring the scenery from the top of the bridge. There's definitely nothing else I'm doing. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. Alright, head, can you lock in place, please? Can you lock in? It's gonna be worth it once I can actually, like, exist as a person, I promise. Okay. And then... up here. Okay. Perfect. Perfection. This is my idol disguise, by the way. A dapper yapper, that's me. All I need is a trench coat. I'm not putting on clothes. Do you realize how hard it is for me to just do this now? God forbid I try to put on clothes. I need to check the settings to see if there's a way to get the legacy layering back, because the old way of layering was so much easier. Because the way my layers are split up is just so freaking not useful for how the new method works. And it really sucks. It really sucks, and it makes me feel bad, because I liked the feature of being able to put it in between specific layers, but now the way my layers work makes it basically impossible. Awful lot of effort for an offhand remark. Yeah, right? Please praise me for my efforts. I'm putting in all of this for just like a offhanded bit. I'm unfortunately committed. No, I don't think there's a way to put it back. That sucks. Man. I miss the old way of layering. That makes me depressed. I liked it so much better. And... I respect your dedication. Thank you. Thanks. I miss my layers, tails, literally me. Alright, anyways. I'm not messing with this anymore. This is my fit. This is the new fit now. You have to be happy with this, okay? Okay. But yeah, going back to the question, I think I'd be okay with... Oh my goodness. Andrew Waters, thank you very much for the 50 gifted memberships. Thank you, thank you.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
Oh, Yuno 2.0. It's not gonna look like this, I promise! Emotes for all. Whoopee! So many people are gonna get emotes now. Thank you. Now, I unfortunately do have to tell you that, depending on how this application for AdSense goes, I might not be getting any of this money. But I am still very grateful, and I'm glad that everybody will get the chance to use emotes if they appear in chat. In the end, this is a gift of emotes to people. More so than a gift to me. But that's okay. Thank you very much regardless.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
I'm still very appreciative. And hopefully, you know, if the time comes where I apply again and we see if it is nice to me, then I can get the money, hopefully, maybe, at a later date. Imagine the big gift bomb is what unlocks it. I mean, I've gotten a few before, though, and it hasn't unlocked. I don't really know what it's expecting from me at this point, if anything. Where did Hanaki go, and who's this mysterious person? I'm taking over her stream for right now.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
She didn't feel like streaming anymore, so now I'm here instead.
May the Oni lights guide you back to
Oh my god, Kawaii-chan also got a gift. That's crazy.
May the Oni
Such a
lights
cool
guide you
mustache
back
and
to me.
fedora. Heck yeah, dude. Fashionable. Mod snipe.
May the Oni
Mod
lights
snipe.
guide you back to me.
Impressive.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
Only because I like fedoras, never brave enough to wear one. Sorry if this doesn't help with your goals. No, it's okay. I'm still very appreciative. Fedoras are a pretty cool looking hat.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
The mustache looks like cotton candy. Well, it's not. It's
May
a
the Oni lights guide you
mustache.
back to me.
This is my own personally
May the Oni
homegrown
lights guide you back to me.
all natural non-GMO
May the Oni
mustache.
lights guide you back to me.
So yeah.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
So there. All
May the Oni lights guide you
natural,
back to me.
never artificially modified. Like SpongeBob with kelp for a mustache. No, this is real facial hair that I grew.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
Fitting that Yuno looks like that before the Pokemon stream, though. You know what? True.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
You know what? True. Didn't know that was your natural hair color. Yeah, sorry. The brown and the green are both signs of hair dye. I'm actually naturally a pink-haired creature.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
Pink hair and purple eyes is a very common color combination among
May the Oni
VTubers,
lights
so
guide you back to
it would
me.
actually be believable.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me. May the Oni lights
Imagine
guide
if her
you back
eyebrows
to
were
me.
Nori. No! No! You can't even see
May
my
the Oni
eyebrows
lights
right
guide
now.
you back to me.
Don't even worry about it. Don't worry your pretty little head, Pwincess.
May the Oni lights
Can't even
guide
see
you
those right
back
now.
to me.
Sakura, Yuno. Cherry Blossom, Yuno.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
Cherry Blossom vibes someday, maybe.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
Oh yeah, that's why I said imagine.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me. May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
Hello, hello, Hanaki, welcome in.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
God, we're gonna be listening to her yapping for a while.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
I think I've said this already, but I did get new alert. I did commission new
May the Oni
alerts
lights guide you back
so that
to
you
me.
won't have to see the same smiling flowery Yuno all the time. There will be other options.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
I'm probably gonna redo how a lot of my alerts work, especially since I'm still
May the Oni lights guide you back
having
to me.
issues with YouTube stuff, and like most of the alerts were tied to things like super chats
May the Oni
and all
lights
that.
guide you back to me.
So I'm probably going to change some alert stuff around. Yeah, switching it up,
May
adding
the
some
Oni
new
lights
stuff.
guide you back to me.
I got new alert gifts, so they're going to need to have some new recorded
May the Oni
alerts
lights
to
guide
go
you
with
back to
them.
me.
So we'll be switching it up. The Onilight notif is probably going to be the only thing
May
that
the Oni lights
stays,
guide you back to me.
because I don't want to turn off memberships and then have like... I don't
May the
know.
Oni lights guide you
I don't
back
want to
to
turn
me.
off memberships yet, I guess, basically. Until I know for sure that YouTube is cooked.
May the Oni lights guide you back.
Let's go with that. If I can get out of the YouTube shadow realm, then I can fix everything else also. But at least for the time being, I don't want to also turn off memberships because I feel like that could really cook my channel. But for everything else, like all of the stream elements related alerts, and probably also the Twitch alerts, I'll probably sit and start like changing up some of those as well. I have to edit those within Twitch itself though. So I have to look into that a little bit more. But the point is, I got new gifts. I got gifts of 2.0 Yuno, making some cute little movements and being a precious little bean. So there'll be more to look at than just the smiling default alert. Because in our debut packages, I could only get one donation alert. if I wanted any more, I would have had to pay for more out of pocket, and I couldn't at the time, so I only ever had the one. Only ever had the one, and the only thing that was different was the audio cues. But it will be nice for there to be other options. I'm looking forward to that. They're all really cute. I also got a stinger, and I mean, I talked about this on my sub account also, but I also got the art for the loading screen. I just need to get that, I just need to actually make it into like a animated like looping screen. The only thing I'm waiting for, well, I'm still waiting for like a handful of things commission wise, not just the rigging. But the ending screen I think should be done early next week. And then everything else has a deadline of the end of the month or like the 1st of October. So fingers crossed that everything else will be done in time. I'm manifesting this. But I think everything should be good. I'm working hard. Well, I say I'm not really doing that much of the work, obviously. I'm kind of relying on the other people that are now making this stuff, but I'm manifesting, and I am hoping that they are also working hard to make everything happen. It will be okay. I think it'll be all good. I look forward to it. Speaking it into existence, I need it. I'm like constantly refreshing my email, like, where is my new stuff? Hello, where is my stuff? I want my stuff, please. I keep looking at it. I'm so excited. It all looks so good. Refreshing makes people work faster, right? Yes, exactly. If I refresh, then that means there's more of a likelihood that the thing that I want will be in there. So I just gotta keep refreshing. Surely that'll work, right? But no, I'm really excited. There's 2 things that I haven't seen any updates for. Actually 3, if we count the rig, because I haven't seen any whips for the rig yet either. But I look forward to it still. If you act nonchalant like you don't want it, it'll come faster. That's not entirely true. Because there was actually a point when I was deep in my insomnia where I woke up in the middle of the night and I had an urge to check my email, and the minute I checked, that was when the art for the loading screen came. So I was like, I woke up because I knew it was happening. And then I immediately got up and went to my PC so that I could look at it in HD. I wanted my first look at the artwork to be HD full screen. It's also currently my desktop background. So I'm looking at her all the time and you guys are not. Before, it was just like literally my reference sheet because I wanted 2.0 to be in my line of sight at all times. So it was literally just like my reference sheet that was my background. For the past several months, it was just my reference sheet. But now I actually have artwork that I can have as my background. Yay! Yay, yay, yippee, yippee. Real Fedora guy behavior. I want to look at the pretty woman at all times. Do you see the woman on my desktop background? That's my anime waifu. Gib, no. You've waited this long. You can wait just a little bit longer. You guys can do it. We can all do it collectively. We can get through this. We can get through this together. We'll be strong. She'll be in all of our hands soon. TM. Very, very soon. TM. Show us the concept art but censor it by putting 1.0 over it. I'm literally rattling the bars because I want that reference. Well, you can't have it until debut. In our hands, figuratively or literally. I mean, if you want to hold her whenever I debut. If you want to take the assets, print them out, and hold them, then sure, I can't stop you. But I did mean figuratively. Is your motivation like the do it for her image? Literally, it's do it for her. I really should just make a version of it that has all the images of 2.0 that I have available to me right now. I really should do that. Do it for her. That is the main thing that's going to get me through this frickin' month, I swear. But I think it'll be easier to get through September once I know that the rig is going to be taken care of. Like, once I know that that's squared away and that it'll happen, I think everything else will be kind of smooth sailing. I think everything else will be okay. As soon as I'm over this last hurdle, I will feel so much better. Because then by that point, all I have to do is wait for everything to come in, to be delivered. And then I just have to actually set up for the debut. And then it'll happen. And then I'll cry. And then I'll cry real Oni tears. Because I've been waiting for nearly a year for this. Nearly a year! It's been so hard. But besides the few crumbs that I have shown you guys, I have been keeping it pretty hush-hush. I've shown some of the girls. Like, I've shown a few other talents, like some of the stuff that I've gotten. So some people have seen the materials. But other than that, I've kept it pretty secret. I'm excited for it all to be out there. I like things to be kept secret as long as possible. That's just kind of how I prefer to do things. I don't really know why I'm like this. I just think it's more fun to make all of it like a secret. And then just reveal everything and have it be a surprise. I know other people like to just like fully show stuff off and be like, this thing will happen at X time. But I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. I want you to have anticipation, and I want you to sit there anxious. More secret than Victoria's. Darn right, Victoria's amount of secrets ain't got nothing on my amount of secrets. VTuber privilege is so OP. I know, I'm sorry. I can't help it though. Cute girls are allowed to see anything if they ask me nicely. It's because I spill my spaghetti. If they're like, I want to see what you know looks like, I'm like, okay. Oh my gosh! GTT! Thank you for the $250 tip! Oh my gosh! Okay, work. 2.0, let's go! Let's go! We haven't gotten a Yuno bra in a hot minute. We're getting so much closer! Guys! If we can manage to get to... Well, I mean, I don't think that it's going to happen in this stream, but if we could manage to get to 1,500, that means we'd only have to worry about raising another 1K during the 2 12-hour streams. That would be so epic. That would be so epic if we could manage to get to that before the 12-hour streams, because I feel like getting 1K in 2 12-hour streams would actually be kind of easy. Not easy. I don't want to make it sound like that, but like, I feel like that would be easier than anything else, and it'll make her quiet. That's true. You will get real Oni girl tears once we meet the goal. Real Oni girl tears, genuinely, probably. Feasible? Yeah, I think that's the better word. It'll be more feasible that way, if we can get there. You're doing another endurance stream, aren't you? I am doing 2 separate 12-hour streams. I was originally going to do it with crowd control, but I found out because someone very kindly sent me a Maro that said that crowd control takes a little bit to pay out earnings. So even if I did earn the money via crowd control, there's a chance I wouldn't be able to withdraw it in time for when I need to pay the last amount of money for the rig. So it wouldn't have actually done anything for me. So instead of doing it with crowd control, I've been talking with Hitomi about maybe just making like unique wheels for each game that I wanted to play. based on the things that crowd control can influence. So instead of using crowd control specifically and then having people pay for those specific effects, it'll still be like a wheel spin. But it will have like a random effect that is similar to what crowd control could have done. Maybe. It really depends though. We didn't get a chance to do it today, but we need to sit and like look at all of the games and like what they can impact and figure out if there would be a way to recreate that kind of thing in what I was going to do. If not, then it'll just be an ordinary wheel with punishments to me and then punishments for you guys and all of that silly stuff. But yes, I'm gonna be doing 2 more 12-hour streams instead of 2 24 hours. Like, I thought I was gonna do a full 48, but I can't lie to you, I'm tired. I don't think I have the strength to do another 48-hour endurance. I really wanted to try, but I was like, I can't. I can't. I'm weak. So it's 212 instead. Some of them are probably not possible. We could probably storm up a few interesting ones for some of the games. Yeah, me and Hitami are gonna figure it out. Thank you, though. We are gonna look at it. We just didn't get a chance to look at it today. Maybe pay a certain amount for a specific thing. Yeah, probably something like that. It really depends on what would be possible for me to alter on my own. Like, it's gonna definitely be based on, like, what I can put into each game. Like, on my own basis. Certain things, like Pokemon, ironically enough, would be pretty easy to alter because I could just use PK Hex to adjust things. But then the problem is, like, all of the other games that I have... that I was planning to play for it, I don't really know if those could be altered on my own. Definitely thinking things like Backyard Baseball would be difficult. Probably also Peggle. Well, Peggle maybe could be adjusted on my side, and then, getting over it definitely would be difficult. But we'll figure it out. Like I said, Hitami was going to look over it with me, and we would figure out how many things I would be able to do on my own versus things that wouldn't be possible. And like I said, ultimately, if a lot of it seems like it would be too tough for me to try and adjust on my side, then I'd probably just adjust it so that it's a wheel that can apply to each game. I can't. I'm not strong enough. It's very true. I am not strong enough. I'm actually very weak. I don't have the strength to do it again. I really wish I could, but I'm not strong. I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got, though. I think 2 12-hour streams is fine. I also think getting, like, that break time during the night will be good. You soldiered on in the last one, though? Yeah, of course I did. But also, I was playing Pokemon. Having solely Pokemon be the main entertainment source is actually, like, really good for keeping me awake because I love Pokemon. So I was able to, like, lock the frick in. Also, I was doing a lot of stuff in the late night hours, like, telling stories and, like, coming up with, like, creative stuff to interpret things that were happening in the Nuzlocke and turn it into a story. Which was really good for my brain. Being creative was the best way to, like, fix it. But that was fun. Like, I really liked the 48-hour stream because it was both Pokemon and I was also just, like, generally enjoying it. That's the first time I've ever played a Nuzlocke and, like, sweated that hard over it. And you guys got to help me, like, build the team and stuff out of the stuff we had in the boxes and everything. So that was really fun, too. I had fun with that one. Not that I don't think I'll have fun with the games that we're doing this time around. But I do think that, like, because it's not solely Pokemon, it would have been a lot harder. Like, I can't really see me being able to stay awake for, like, 12 hours of Backyard Baseball or 12 hours of Peggle. I feel like that would be really hard. But splitting it down to 6 hours, that feels a bit more doable. Oh, hold on. I gotta go to the little Oni room. You're gonna have to stare at a Fedora-fied Yuno Hanaki for a bit. I'll be right back. It was an emotional roller coaster too. Oh yeah, the emotions were definitely a big part of why it was impactful. But that goes back into the telling a story element of it too. It was so fun. I really want to try and make like a narrative edited down video of the Nuzlocke if I can, because that would be really fun and cool and creative. The only thing is I wouldn't really be able to get art for it. I would just be storytelling, but I still think that could be neat. Some sort of experimental, like, free-form content I could do somewhere or something. Anyway, yeah, no, I'll be right back. I lived. Hello. Hello. I also refilled my water a little bit while I was gone. Welcome back, Pwincess. Thank you, kitten. Gotta wipe the forehead after prolonged fedora use. I mean, that's true. My forehead is exposed, so my bangsless ass forehead is probably gonna get sweaty underneath this fedora. Hey, Pwincess. Hi. Hey. Guys, you're Pwincess, not me. I'm not Pwincess in this scenario. I appreciate it, though. I can't wait for Yuno 2.0 to have bangs. You think she's gonna have bangs? Hey, Pwince. Oh, I like that. I like being called a prince. I can handle that. I think girl princes are awesome. I can take being called a prince. I pray she has bangs. You're just like, please, you know, Hanaki, I don't want to keep drawing your fucking exposed forehead. I need you to have bangs. And I'm just like, someone hasn't been listening to all the times that I said I was still going to have my bangs pinned up. There is an alt hairstyle, though. I'm just not going to tell you if that one has bangs or not. Could be worse. At least it isn't hot anymore. Your bangs could be drenched right now. I guess that's true. My forehead's gonna be sweaty, though. Hat sweat is awful. I shake you. No! Don't shake me! Please! Please! You're not getting any information about the alt hairstyle out of me. All of the times I've shown crumbs, well, you've never actually seen any crumbs of the hair besides the length from the silhouette. But all of the times I've shown crumbs, it's been from the default hairstyle. There is one alternative hairstyle. I've said this already, this isn't really a spoiler. But there is an alt hairstyle, you just don't know what it looks like. And you're not gonna until I show you on the debut day. Sounds like the perfect time for a crumb? No. No. You have to ask nicely and you have to ask for a specific crumb that you want. That was the rule that I established with members the other day when they asked for a crumb. Because members were like, can we please see your toes? And I was like, okay, I guess. And I showed toes. These are the things you miss in the members only streams. Join my Patreon. But you know we're starving. You have to know what you want. You can't just ask for food. You have to ask for a specific flavor of crumb. I hear that tickle torture is quite an effective interrogation method. Don't do it. Please, Pwincess, may I have a crumb of alt hail? I put my alt hairstyle bet on traditional Japanese big hairdo, second on ponytail. Good guesses, good guesses. May I have a crumb of alt hair? Do you really want a crumb of the alt hairstyle? You realize that... No, I mean, okay, I'm asking. Do you really want one? Yes? Okay. My guess is mullet. Dorarone mullet? I mean, she'd look pretty hot with a mullet. Business in the front, party in the back, baby. Let's see. Twin tails? Mohawk? Interesting. Interesting thoughts that everyone is having. Interesting thoughts. Wolf cut? I don't think I know what a wolf cut is. Actually. Let's see. What part can I show? Let's do over here. Pompadour, mohawk, mullet simultaneously. Yeah. Oni have layers after all, so do their hairstyles. You guys like 3-in-1, don't you? You guys like 3-in-1, don't you? Hmm. Yeah, I think this part would be okay. Fohawk, giant unicorn spike. Hair is made out of fire like Hades and Disney's Hercules. Honestly, fire hair would be kind of cool, but I don't think it really suits the Yuno vibes. Probably this one. Oh. That feels bigger than it should be. Hold on. Adjustment. I just might have to make it smaller. I think I just made it really big the last time I did something. Okay, let me just make it small. Yeah, a little smaller. When Damadachi humanize, we have fire hair. You do. If you remember when I posted the image of the Damadachi maids, you guys do have flaming hair if you are girls. I guess the boys can also have flaming hair if you want. If that's what you want. There, here's a hair crumb. What does it mean? Flaming hair bald. By all accounts, if you do put your hair out, that would make you bald, yes. Sure is brown. I should hope so. Enjoy your crumbs. Delicious. Yum, 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 yum. Is that hair or is that rubber? It's hair. I chose the spot. It is hair. I just chose a spot that's a little bit obtuse. It's just a little bit obtuse. Bangs? Mm. It's not a cute. It is not a cute. Well, you know Hanaki is cute. But this is not a cute. I swan to John if you gave yourself hair vents, I'm shaking you. Hair vents? Our second wife forehead getting covered. How many times do I have to say this? When I went to my new mama for the design, the base design is still going to have pinned up bangs. The default hairstyle is still with pinned bangs. It's still going to look like OG Yuno in a lot of ways. That style is not different. But for those of you that want something different, I did choose an alt hairstyle based on styles that my mama presented. Because I was like, I would like it if you chose a design for the second hairstyle. And they were like, okay, here's a bunch of options for you. So I was like, okay, yay. And then I picked out stuff. I mishmashed designs for the second hairstyle, actually. I did that for Yellow as well. Yellow's hairstyle I also left up to Mama for the alt. And then I mishmashed two that I liked. But yes, there is your hair hint. The pinned bangs just look better. I do like pinned bangs. I do think that they are pretty. But I also just think that is the quintessential Yuno Hanaki experience, and I think it'd be weird if my default hairstyle was not pinned bangs. Mama gave you the credit card at the hair boutique. Yeah, basically. But don't worry, you guys will get to see all of the potential iterations that could have been post-debut. I've been holding on to all of the whips because I want to show them to you. I want to show you everything once I can finally debut it, so you'll know what the possibilities were. Mirai Panda, I think is, I believe is how you read it. Mirai Panda, thank you very much for following over on Twitch. Thank you, thank you. I would be mad if you didn't. Don't worry. I love yapping about this stuff. I've been wanting to yap about all of the design whips for literally every time I've gotten them. I've been wanting to tell you guys about how it's going. So I'm excited to just have 2.0 be entirely dedicated to me yapping about the process of working with my mama. You will be excited. I am excited. I cannot wait. I'm so hyped. But yeah, I asked her to kind of like rework the OG design and like the OG kind of like hairstyle. Like, I just wanted everything about the design to be like more modernized, including the hair. And she didn't really change much about the hair. Minor spoiler, I guess. There are things that are different, though. But it's definitely like a... It's a good homage to the original. While being different. And then the alt hairstyle is, you know, different from the base one, because that's the point. And then something similar happened with Yellow. Yellow had a set hairstyle that Kaya drew when she designed the outfit. And then I had Mama design the second hairstyle for that one. And then I mishmashed pieces that I liked to make the final hairstyle. Yeah. Excited. So good at the kanji. I don't think I'm good. I'm just doing my best to read. I'm so excited. Wow, 2.0. So close and yet so far. I really think this month is gonna fly by, basically, though. And then it's gonna be October, and I'm gonna be like, oh god. I don't have that long until the debut. Can you read this? Yes, Hanaki Yuno. That's my name. I can read my name. This month is already flying by. Huge thing happening next week. Going through something big. Understandable. I have a dentist appointment. Mwah. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, it's gonna be fast. I think it's just the bi-yearly checkup and like cleaning, so I'm really hoping it goes by quick. I hope they haven't suddenly discovered that I have issues that need to get fixed again, because I am not strong enough to deal with that. Judging your flossing or lack thereof. I've been trying to be better with my flossing. Emphasis on trying, but I've been trying to be better. So done with the dentist. Forked over 2K this year to them. Blech. Blech. Luckily, my bi-yearly cleanings are covered by my insurance, so yay. I don't have to worry about spending money at this particular appointment. Yay. So that's good. I just have to worry about, like, getting there. And then, like I said, I have to pray that they haven't suddenly discovered something wrong with my teeth. I don't think there's anything wrong, though, because I haven't been experiencing, like, pain or anything. I've just been chilling. They're probably going to check on the recovery from when I had my wisdom teeth removed, though. Make sure that nothing went wrong over there. Sorry, you know you need all your teeth removed? That would be insane. That would be an insane thing to find out. Your gums exploded. Why are you guys wishing this on me, huh? You realize that if I have to have all of that freaking removed, that I would probably not be able to stream anymore, right? You know, Gumaki? That sucks. I don't like this. That sucks. I hate that, actually. Never had a dental issue, all credited to Fedora and a slick mustache. Hell yeah, dude. I love that for you. I went through most of my life without really having any dental problems until I had to get my wisdom teeth extracted. There's other VTubers with no teeth, you'd be fine. No. There's VTubers with no teeth on their models, but like, I don't really know that many VTubers that like don't have actual teeth. What the hell are you talking about? That is not very common. Also, I definitely cannot afford dentures or anything, so if that did actually happen to me, I would be screwed. It would be Owaru. No bottom teeth. No bottom teeth. Well, it's more just that you can't always see them. You guys, like, don't even see my teeth that often. I mean, you see my top teeth, but I also have bottom teeth. You just don't really see them very much because of how I talk, I guess. And, like, the way that my mouth moves, you don't really see them as often, but I do have them. Ah. See? I do have them. The VTuber nose deserves a documentary. A documentary? Oh, because we're anime characters and a lot of VTubers just have dots for noses, myself included. You don't want a VTuber to have like a fully drawn on nose like that. At least not in the more anime art style. It just looks a bit strange. You don't want it as much as you think you do. Hello! Oh, Hanaki, welcome in! Hope you're having a good day so far. Yippee, yippee, yippee. But yeah, I have that next Monday. We should still be good for OniMon, because like I said, it's just a routine cleaning and like checkup, so I'm not really worried about it like getting in the way of my streaming. I think it should be fine. And then, there might be, well, I guess it depends on schedules, but there might be a collab next week. I don't know what day yet. We're still trying to see if there's a date we can all agree on. And then the week after that, I actually got the okay that I can talk about this at any time. I don't really have anything official to announce it with yet, though, so I'm going to keep it a little vague. I'm gonna keep it a little vague. But I'm taking part in something cool during the last week of September. Well, kind of the last week of September. It starts, like, about 2 weeks from now. But I'm taking part in something cool. Sponsorship? Unfortunately, no. But I am taking part in something cool. However, nothing sponsored. Around the 21st day of September? No. The 24th. Couple days after the 21st day of September. But the 24th. That will be a very interesting week of streams. Smile. Starting from then. Starting from then. It will be a very interesting week. That's all I'll say. But there's still some details that are getting a little bit ironed out on my side too. And then I want to try and make a graphic. A giraffic so that I can advertise it properly. But yeah, something kind of cool. I hope you look forward to it. Do you even remember that date? You should. Everyone's going to be making sure you remember. With the amount of people that I've seen talking about doing, like, freaking karaoke and shit. Another Yunothon. No! I want to be done with Yunothon. Once I earn the money for my freaking rig, I want to be done with Yunothons. I want to have rest. Hanaki needs an eep. I'm tired. No more fucking Yunothons. Let me finish some of the rewards for the last one before we even think about another one. I hate being in rewards hell. This is my nightmare, to be honest. So no, not another Yunothon, I promise. Yunothon more like done. Yeah, more like finished. More like not. The Yunothon, actually, if I'm going to do another one immediately after, it's going to literally just be a Hanaki just sleeps forever. It's just a stream of literally nothing while I'm sleeping. That's it. Just a dark screen text that says she is asleep, and then that's the entirety of the stream. I'm kidding. For the record, in case you guys can't tell, I'm being facetious. But no, genuinely, I want to be away from anything related to endurances and donathons and all of that stuff for a little while if I can help it. While it has been good for my overall stream stamina, because I feel like it's gotten a lot easier for me to just generally stream for longer now, which is really good because that was a goal that I had. I wanted to get better stream stamina. But, like, I don't want to always be raising money dollars for a Yunothon. I'd like to go back to things being a bit stable. Obviously, with a focus on still being able to pay things like my rent and my bills. But, like, I don't want to have to constantly be, like, racking up money for big purchases. It's just kind of exhausting. And as we discussed earlier, when I mentioned that I didn't feel like I had the strength to do another 48-hour endurance, and I decided to just do 2 12-hour ones, it's just kind of like... It wouldn't be sustainable to do too many close together like this anymore. Like, I can't do it, man. I have to be good to myself, and I also have to be good to you guys. I don't want you to feel the pressure super often, either. I want to just be able to relax a little, work towards the 2.0 debut, have fun with 2.0, have the refresh with all of the assets and everything, and give you guys new cool stuff, and then kind of return to form, I guess. Like, everything will be kind of like where it was before with streaming and stuff. But obviously, I am still going to try and get through the Unathon incentives. I don't know when the time will come for Yellow, because Yellow is also going to need some certain assets just based on how Yellow looks. But I don't want to have to worry about doing that until, like, way later if I can help it. We all deserve the break. And we will get one, I promise. Half anniversary for Yellow? Oh god. Half anniversary for Yellow? What would mean half anniversary? April? If I stick with the Hana Mizuki debut dates, I guess half anniversary would be April. And like, I did say that Yellow would be good for spring, but... maybe. We have to see where I'm at with some of the other Unathon goals before I can think about planning another event for Yellow coming to fruition. We'll see where we're at with some of the other reward incentives. We'll see. Tips Fedora back, hello. Hello, Pwincess. Welcome to the stream. I'm wearing my most special fedora just for you. Hi. Oh, Hanaki, hope you're doing well. But yeah, all of that is to say that's like forward into the future-ish. If we could manage to do it around then, that'd be cool, but... you know. If only there was a neckbeard PNG asset. I mean, there probably is, like, something that you could do to add a beard, but I'm too lazy to go find one and make sure that it's actually transparent and then, like, import it into VTube Studio. You weren't here for it, but I was literally fighting for my freaking life trying to get all of these assets turned on. So I really don't want to then also have to fight for a beard. Nah, it's perfect. Thank you. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. I think I look pretty good, too. I am a girl of mystery. I mean, sorry, I don't know who you are. Because I'm obviously not Yuno. I'm in disguise, by the way. It's beautiful. Well, it started with just the fedora, and then... someone said that I should also get facial hair, so I was like, okay. And then I put on a mustache, and then someone else said, you just need sunglasses, and then it's perfect. And I was like, okay. And then I put the glasses on. So after a series of events, now I'm here. Who is this Redditor? God, truly a full circle moment. They were calling me a Redditor earlier, too, with just the fedora. So I was like, this is crazy. I didn't think I was going to get assigned to Redditor. Unfortunately, that is just kind of what happens, though. Hello, Don, you know who you whacking tonight? Oh, also the freaking Mafia. So now we're back in the Mafia situation, too. It's either Redditor or Mafioso. I can't win. She's a Tumblrite, get it right. Actually, the feminine term for a active Tumblr user is a Tumblrina. And I'm a girl, so you should be calling me a Tumblrina. Redditor or a Discord mod? Oh god, I don't think I can handle being a Discord mod, brother. I'd cry. Okay, Redditor. No! Stop! Stop! Yamete! It's okay, your husband Limbo will keep your mafioso ass out of jail. It's true, he would. He would find ways to help me commit white-collar level crime. He'd protect me. He'd keep me safe. Literally, a good majority of Bustafellows 2 involves Limbo protecting one of the big 5 gangs in New Sieg from jail time. So that's like pretty canon. So much lost faith in Fedora. It do be like that sometimes. There are a lot of stereotypes and stigmas assigned to the Fedora, but in the end, it is just a hat. It's harmless, really. All that's missing is a Discord kitten, the Holy Trinity. Well, clearly, I just have to find somebody to be my kitten. But I'm not gonna do that, because I feel like if I jokingly tried to approach any of my friends and ask if they'd be willing to be my kitten for a second, they would die of cringe, and I would also die of cringe, so we're not doing that. So we're not doing that. Thanks, though. I'll just call you guys kitten. Or worse, they'd say yes. Slack kitten returns. I don't even have Slack installed anymore. I can't be a Slack kitten. There's literally 50 plus kittens on stream right now. That's so true. All of you are widowy my kittens. The Slack kitten. I don't want to bring that back. No Discord kitten OniMon. We had a joke like a long time ago, I think during an OniMon, where we brought up the idea of me doing an entire Discord kitten roleplay stream. Because like I joke about how cringe I find them, but I could commit to the bit. That's the thing. You guys can't threaten me with like, I bet you couldn't do it, because I could. I could do an entire stream where I truly act like a Discord kitten towards you. You could get the true like POV, you are talking with your Discord kitten experience. I could do a 2-hour fucking stream of it if I really wanted. Slack kitten sounds like a Pokemon. Oh, the idea of like a lazy little kitten that's just like, maybe the sprite just has it like laying off to the side and like it fires off like yarn balls that in like a rollout style move. That could be awesome, honestly. Don't ask for it, she'll actually do it and we die. Yeah, exactly. Oh no, she's cooking. She's cooking. You know Hanaki's entering the kitchen. Everybody run. You don't want to deal with Hanaki in the kitchen, to be honest. She will blow it up with great ideas, and also just in general, she can't cook. You will want to run for your life. You will want to run for your life. This is why we shouldn't give you ideas. What do you mean? I'm just very creative, and I'm really good at bouncing off of your ideas. This is why we gel well together creatively. There's nothing wrong with this. I am not sus. Also, oh, by the way, I'm not sus. I'm just a girl. I'd die of cringe. Well, that's fine. If the viewers die of cringe, that just means I have proven my superiority. Not sus, but wearing a fedora and mustache. It does not mean anything that I'm wearing them. It's just part of the bit. I'm committing to a bit. I'm not gonna wear these all the time. It isn't like this is part of my, like, new lifestyle. Honestly, I wasn't even planning to wear the fedora during this stream, but everybody was just like, where's the fedora? It's clickbait that you're not wearing the fedora right now. So I had to freaking grab the fedora that I used in the thumbnail and import it into VTube Studio. Just need the trench coat. You are the second person to say that I also need a trench coat, but it already took me so freaking long to get this amount of stuff on. I cannot do any more. Did you do something to squish Damawuga? Because why is it so squishy? Maybe you use points to change up an emote. That's crazy. It actually looks kind of funny flat. 2.0 preview. It's not 2.0 preview. They're entrenched in the idea of the coat. Ba-bump. He big and squishy. Big and squishy. Attach the trench coat to your hair. To like one of the singular long strands is just suddenly wearing a trench coat. My hair. There's a channel point option for that with various options, but Squish is my favorite. Squish is kind of the best option, so I don't blame you for choosing that. It's so funny, squished. No, I love that. That's awesome. This is what we get until we fund the rigging. No, that's torture for me too. That's torture for me too. Pwincess, you wouldn't torture me like this, would you? Now, Pwincess, I don't want you worrying your pretty little head. I don't want you to think that I'm going to be dressed like this forever. How is Yuno this drip? God! Why do you guys keep acting like this is an improvement? What is this? Nightmare mode. Trench coat with a katana. Not the katana. Konnichiwa, ohayo gozaimasu, ohime samatachi. Watashi wa Yuno Hanaki desu. Nihongo o benki o shimasu. When Yuno is squished. No, don't squish the crying one. Now she's sad and squished. We lose the horns, but gain a smooth stash. Equivalent exchange. Is that equivalent exchange to you? I guess you could argue that the mustache is just like horns but flipped over or whatever. But I would have to make this mustache yellow if I wanted it to actually be a replacement for the horns. Fancy furry fedora Riz. Where's the furry element? I don't even have an animal aspect to my outfit. What the frick? Where are you even getting furry? While you were out there talking to females, I was studying the blade. Because the biggest red flag is if they refer to girls as females. Don't do that. Just don't do that ever. Yellow sash, not a natural greenette. Yeah, I'm not, unfortunately. We were talking about this earlier. My brown and green hair is actually all hair dye, and I was naturally born with pink hair, so my mustaches grow in pink. I'm sorry to tell you this. I naturally have pink hair. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm anime girl pink. Got it? Y chromosome deficient individual. Not deficient! Come on now. Closet fairy couture. I hate the things that are being said in this chat. I feel like this is the first time these words have ever been put together in this order. I don't like this. Closet furry couture is gonna live in my head, and I hate that. pink hair, we could get Fedora Gyaru, you know? No, that combination would not work at all. Gyaru and Fedora wearer just would not... I mean, it could, but it would sound very cursed. That combination is just so weird. The sash is pretty fuzzy. Well, yeah, it's hair. What's it supposed to be? Metal? What do you want? Yuno is our muse. Her protestations and denials awaken the poet in me. I am so frustrated because it's one of my goals as a content creator is to inspire people to be like more artistic and creative, but also, why does it have to be like this? Why does it have to be in this angle? Can't we choose one that's like productive and not bullying me? I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be kind of nice, maybe. That's the furry part. Shut up. Not like this. Choose not evil. Cringe. You guys need to be nice to me. Monkey's paw curls a finger. Literally, I think that's been happening ever since I chose to go live as part of Production Kawaii. I think that the monkey's paw has just been curling ever since then. It's the finger is very, very curled up by now. You made it as a content creator. Is this what it means to have made it? Is this what it means to have fame? I don't know if I want this life anymore. Maybe I should go back to being a normie. JK, I was never a normie, actually. That was just straight up a lie, then. Me when I lie. You were never... Yeah, I know. I know, I corrected. I just mean go back to being a normie because I was working a normie job before I was let go at that time, and then I just became... neat until VTuber. Neat until become VTuber. Just cosplay as a normie. Very true. I can cosplay a normie very well. Me when I tell lies to my Discord kittens. They never question Daddy. It's crazy. You can't just go online and put these words together. Help. You can't say these things. You can't just say these sentences in this order in my chat. Daniel's experience saying this, I was gonna say that feels like a very seasoned Fedora wearer behavior. Oh my god. You know what's worse, saying female or free male? I've never heard free male, so I don't know what it means in relation to what we were discussing. So I guess I would still say that female is worse. Theo was trying to type that in a different chat. Fedora warrior even. Yeah, I was not familiar with your game. I guess I should be learning from you, sensei. We contain multitudes after all. Some multitudes need to be multiplied by 0, by the way. I think we should take some of our multitudes and multiply them by 0. Thank God hell can't get me because I'm going to have to explain this later. For the laws is probably a poor play. I mean, I think hell would probably just be like, you know what? So true, dude. Come on in, the water's fine. Like, let's be for real here. Maybe it's because I'm demon adjacent, but do you really think that hell is going to be that bad if hell is where all of the cool people, parentheses, sinners, go? Like, clearly it's a party down there all the time, and all the cool shit is down there. All the stuff that tempts you. So, like, clearly, I think it would be a good time down there, actually. I watched Has-Been Hotel. I don't think Has-Been Hotel is a good point of reference. But that's coming from a place of bias, because I don't really like that show. Of the two Vivzy Pop shows in that genre, I preferred Hell of a Boss, but I really don't like either of them anymore, to be quite honest with you. You know, trying to drag your Discord kittens to hell. I'm just saying, Pwincess, I just really don't think hell could be that bad. Hell just sounds like a cool place where you and I would get to spend a lot of quality time together. It would just be an endless Discord call. St. Peter's just gonna fist bump us at the pearly gates for all this Oni bullying. No! You can't be rewarded by heaven for bullying. That's bad. It doesn't matter if the person that you're bullying deserves it. You're still bullying. That's bad. And that's bad, okay? Why do you have to wait just long enough for us to forget you're still doing that princess bit? Because I'm taking advantage of the fact that some of you are looking away and forgetting what I'm wearing. So then I say Pwincess and you have to look over to do a double take and remember that I look like this fucking nightmare. And I think that makes it even funnier. Uno, are you ready for the Vivzy Homestuck anime? No. I don't think any one human could ever truly be ready for the fact that we're getting a Homestuck anime. With Toby Fox playing John. This is literally the weirdest timeline to exist ever in the history of the universe, and I still haven't really gotten over it. I really don't like the fact that Vivzy Pop's team is the one that's going to be responsible for Homestuck, but she's not one of the writers, so I guess it's fine. But also, Andrew Hussey is writing it with someone who is known for doing a lot of writing for Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss, and I don't really like how those shows are written, so I kind of already don't like the fact that the tone is going to probably follow their other projects. And I mean, Hussey has been very interesting with how they have been approaching Homestuck the past few years and has been a little bit of an asshole, so I don't really trust them to run how this show is going either. I'm just kind of like, I don't really know if this was a good idea all around. And I also think the casting for the girls was not good. I think that the two lead boys sound okay, but I think that the girls don't sound very accurate to how I heard them in my head. I don't really like the choices. I don't like Rose's voice. I hope that Jade sounds better than I'm afraid she's going to sound, but I don't really like how Rose sounded in the trailer. Yeah, that's the thing. We don't trust Hussey anymore either, so, like, bad. I see it as a mix of the three most notorious fandoms, Homestuck, Vivzy, and Deltarune. Yeah, it's the new Super Hulock, but for people that are even more insufferable. Like, I'm not ready for Homestuck to be back within the cultural, like, consciousness. And I'm also not ready for the fact that it's going to be marketed to people who watch things like Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss. Like, those fan bases are where a lot of the bad Homestucks already went. So it's just kind of like, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this, dude. This is a project like 10 years too late anyway. So true. And like Homestuck, like the actual page to read Homestuck has been down for so long. They only recently announced that like they're planning to like reinvigorate the site and like make it so that it's accessible again. They had this whole campaign that they talked about where they were going to release it in batches to kind of simulate what it felt like to wait for the weekly updates. And I'm just like, that's weird. That's weird, and you're weird for doing that. You should have just fixed the site and just left it, if you ask me. But they're like trying to bring back like the original feeling of Homestuck, and some things just aren't really meant to be revitalized in this kind of way. Can we vote on the story too? No, because all of the story has already happened. Like technically the story's already been done. So there's going to be no voting up. I think they're just planning to release it in batches so that it feels like the updates, but it's not going to actually be at all similar. You need to convert a bunch of stuff to HTML5. A lot of the Flash games were replaced with screenshots. Yeah. I think they mentioned that they were trying to find a workaround so that they could show the full Flash animatics and things. That was one of the things they were trying to work on from what I remember hearing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it. I feel like Homestuck was one of those things that should have just stayed like a cultural memory. Because I just don't think that the magic is really going to work in current year. Also, I think people are going to be very disappointed when they try to read the old source material and see that a lot of the humor was like very, very cringe and like very of its time in a bad way. And like, I don't think people are really going to enjoy it that much. And I can't really foresee even things like the anime really giving it that much life either. It'll be good for the people that already like it, and then all of the people that are like fanatics of Has-Been and Hell of a Boss might watch it as well because they like Vivzy, but I don't know. I'm not feeling very good about it. When it was first announced, I was literally shocked, and then I found out that it was freaking Vivzy Pop's production studio, and I was like, all my potential faith is gone. And then I heard about everything else that was going on with like Andrew Hussey and everything, and I was just like, you know what? No. You know what? I don't think I want this. So, long way of answering your question, no, I'm not ready, and I'm probably not really even gonna watch it. That's the thing, really. I loved Homestuck, but it was absolutely a product of its time with a bunch of late thousands or early tens humor that just won't translate well to modern audiences. Yeah, I'm very worried that a lot of people are gonna be, like, trying to cancel it. Or, like, especially because of how the audiences of Has-Been and Hell of a Boss tend to act about their current shows. I feel like there's also a lot of people that are gonna be like, oh, this was being mentioned in this thing, so that means that it's fine for me to act like this. And then I'm gonna be like, oh god, please don't. Please don't. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm just like, please don't bring it back. Please don't bring that back. I also don't want all of the, like, shipping discourse and the quadrant discourse and the just, like, overall plot discourse. I don't really trust these, like, big topics that Homestuck was known for to be readdressed or, like, reworked for the sake of the show. So I don't know, man. I'm not optimistic. I wonder if there are still TV show fandoms worth interacting with in this day and age. I mean, interacting is a strong word. I think nowadays fandom is best enjoyed among you and your friends, and then I think you should really only interact with, like, fan artists or people that, like, write fanfic. Like, you should interact with the people that are making art related to a fandom. I don't really think fully engaging within a fandom is necessarily worth it anymore. It's just kind of exhausting. And take it as someone who is, like, a known fangirl. I do most of my fangirling with Hitomi at this point, and then I, like, engage with, like, a few theory tweets, or, like, mostly with fan artists, though. It's mostly I interact with fan art or, like, fan fiction. I really don't interact with anything else in a fan base at this point. I also get annoyed when I see discourse that just really pisses me off. Or if I see people that are, like, tweeting about stuff where they're, like, complaining about other people in the fandom, I'm just like, God, we need to go back to the point where we just let people exist. Can we just let people exist and stop shading members of a fandom that may not even really exist? Just coming up with an imaginary boogeyman to be like, I don't condone this behavior. Yeah, you're talking about a behavior that was made by, like, one random person in the fandom. Don't want to get into a big argument with fandoms, just block, mute, and move on. Exactly. But yeah, I personally don't really interact with fandoms in that way anymore. I just engage with, like, fan art and, like, the occasional fan theory or fan fiction, and then I don't really try to make friends in fandoms. The one guy treatment, yeah, making an example out of one random ass dude. I just don't think that's necessary anymore, to be honest. But I don't really trust, like, random people. I have found also that, like, because I consume a lot of media and content with my bestie, with Hitomi, I feel like the two of us, like, kind of are our own echo chamber in a lot of ways, which could be seen as a negative, but we both tend to think pretty similarly about how we approach media that we consume. And whenever we try to interact with other people that are also into the thing we like, we don't always agree with their takes. And it's always just kind of like, This happened a lot when we tried to, like, when we were both more active in the roleplay scene. I've revealed this lore before, so this isn't really that big of a surprise. But I met Hitomi through roleplaying characters on Tumblr. And we had a very common experience where we would both get into a new fandom, get very passionate about certain characters that we wanted to roleplay. We would make new roleplay accounts for those characters. We would join the role-playing side of the fandom so that we could roleplay with other people and, like, build stories based on, like, what we knew and understood of the canon. And then everybody was just either super out of character or interpreted the canon material so differently from how we did that it was really hard for us to, like, mesh with other people because they just had, like, such a different interpretation opposed to how we interpreted the original material and, like, the characters within it, that it felt like we were interacting with people that just kind of didn't really mesh with our vision. And it was just kind of hard to, like, really work with other people. It reached a point where we got kind of burnt out trying to, like, interact with new people in that way. Also, there was always so much drama. There's actually so much tea that I could spill about the times that we roleplayed. Because we both kept getting caught up in drama, even though we were literally just existing near each other. And other people would think that we were, like, the fucking spawn of the devil. I could have an entire stream just dedicated to talking about the roleplay horror stories that me and Hitomi have experienced together. But long story short, it was experiences like that that kind of made it really hard to interact with other fandoms, because nowadays, if me and Hitomi get into a thing, we just kind of roleplay it with ourselves. And we just like kind of split the cast between us, and then we just kind of like tell stories and like write our own interpretations together. And then we just don't really worry about outside opinions. Role-playing communities are so full of drama, I do not understand. That's why it's very silly. Like, I cannot even begin to tell you just how much drama that I dealt with in the community where I first met Hitomi. Honestly, purely because the two of us were like becoming good friends. It's like we were becoming good friends with each other, and it caused everybody to get like so pissy. And it was different people that they'd be pissy about, too. It's a lot. Yeah, every time I look at the screen, I get jump scared. This beautiful specimen is on your screen right now. I'm sorry that I scared you, Pwincess. Do you need me to hold your hand? That could be a fun stream. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Though that could also be a fun one to do with Hitomi, because there's probably stories that I remember that she doesn't, and then she might also remember things I don't remember. Anyway, long story short, I don't really interact with fandoms super directly anymore because I got burned from all the times I tried to get into it through role-playing. But also, not to toot my own horn, but because I was a super good writer, and I was literally studying writing during a lot of the times that I was making these roleplay blogs, I was also just causing drama by the fact that I was just a good writer. Like, there's so many times that a lot of the core base of the drama could just be chalked up to the fact that I was a really good writer, and it made people insecure. Not to toot my own horn, I really don't like doing it, but like, it happened often enough that I can't help but think that it must be true. It's honestly very crazy. Hitomi would say it too, though. Hitomi knows a lot of the stories and would probably also be able to vouch for the fact that it was almost entirely caused by just me being seen as a good writer for whatever reason. Not like for whatever reason, as in, I don't know why they saw me as a good writer, but more so like, I don't know how else to articulate it. How will I ever match up to her writing prowess? Basically, it was so strange. But, like, that's not even what the point of role-playing is. Like, you're just supposed to be there to, like, play it as the character and, like, have fun with it. I really didn't understand where everybody else was coming from in that regard. Are my chats freezing? Freaking help me. Okay, there we go. What is going on? One time I did a public blog roleplay was an anime XP Bioshock story where it became a genre mess of everyone trying to force their story on everyone else. Oh god. God modding? I understand you. It's yeah. Like, especially if it's people who are, like, making OCs. One of the bigger issues is definitely, like, when people make a fandom OC and then they try to force that character to interact with everybody else. Okay, I can't get too in the weeds of this, because if I want to have a stream dedicated to talking about our stories, I can't... I can't get too into the weeds here, but I do understand your pain. I'll have a stream dedicated to this at some point. Maybe we'll do a role-playing yap sometime next week. I'll see if I can find a spot on the schedule. Yeah, future stream idea. But I want to do it sooner rather than later, because otherwise I will forget. But I will make a note. Let me go make a note right now, actually, and then see if Hitomi would be willing to join me for it. I hope I spelled that right. I can't see because my phone is in the way. Nope, I spelled both of those words wrong. That's okay. Fix that. Fix that. Okay. Can't believe she misspelled Hitomi. No. You misspelled 2 words, imposter. No, I typoed. There's a difference between full misspelling and typoing. And I typoed 2 words because of the different position of my keyboard. But it was easy to fix. So we're good. I just typoed. My bad. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. But okay, I asked. She might not be awake now because I'm pretty sure she has work in the morning. Let me check what time. Oh, it's a little bit later. So maybe she's not in bed yet, but she might not answer because she's getting ready for bed. Typos okay, people who spell lose as loose not okay. I don't know why that's the one that you fixate on the most of all of the things that people have been misspelling nowadays. For me, it's the people who randomly use apostrophes when trying to make words plural. I don't really understand that one. I don't really understand why that one keeps happening. Okay. She's down! She did actually answer. Awesome. Because it's so frequent, it's everywhere. Don't call me out like that. Sorry. I see your, we're all too often. Yeah, I see that one a lot too. Dogs and dog apostrophe s are not the same. I know, I really don't understand why it's been happening so often. Sometimes my brain gets confused between plurals and ownership. Really? I guess so. The right way to make words plural is to use ease at the end of the word, like cosplays or cheese. That's not... The CH is the plural part? I don't think you understand. I think you're doing it wrong. People also don't know how to use S apostrophe. I mean, even I still mess up that one too. If you've got enough RPG content, you can make it a mini-series podcast. RPG content? Oh, do you mean like the roleplay stories that I was talking about doing with Hitomi? Because I was just like, RPGs. I mean, I am playing RPGs on stream, but I don't really know if those are good podcast material. I know my S apostrophe. That is strong. I just wanted to make you say cheese like meese. The meeses. The mooses, the moosensens. Like D&D? Oh, no. I've only ever played D&D for like 2 sessions in a campaign between friends, and like it was fun, but we couldn't really commit to making it consistent, so we only had the 2 episodes. I think if I was ever going to do D&D stuff, it would probably be as DM, but no, I've never actually done D&D beyond that one experience, and that was like when I was a teenager, so I have not done any D&D besides that. Five-year-long D&D session for my group. Wow, amazing. No! Stop making typos like that. I don't even want to read that out loud. Weh. Nightmare. I run our yearly Halloween one-shots for my group. Oh, that's fun. Heck yeah. Neat. I think D&D stuff is cool. Like, I really like the whole concept of it, but I'm also someone that tends to just prefer the roleplay element. I would want to do, like, a minimal combat game. And I know they exist. You don't have to tell me they exist. I know they exist. But, like, the first time I played D&D, it was, like, normal 5th edition, I think. And I did not really, I mean, I liked it. I liked the roleplay part. I liked the rolling the dice for the roleplay parts. I did not like the combat parts. But also that might have been because when I did combat the first time my character entered combat, she got one shot. And I was just like, oh, I see. I guess I'm dead. I ended up not dying. Like, the DM, because she was my friend, she was very upset about the fact that the attack that she rolled killed me. So we made it that I was just unconscious instead of dying. And then it, like, totally fucked with my character's psyche, though. So it, like, caused an alignment switch. Did it down you or kill you? I was downed, and then, I should have died. I wasn't making my death saves. So my friend who was the DM was like really stressed and didn't want the character to die because it was my first time playing. So she was like, all right, I gotta figure out how to make this work. So it was a bit of a mulligan, but it was necessary to keep the character playing because she didn't want me to have to then re-roll an entire new character again. But I had really bad defense. I was a bard. I was a half-elven bard, and my defense was not great. I believe the character that we were fighting against was also, like... Well, okay. it was kind of our mistake too because of the plot line that we were on. I don't want to give too many details away. Because a little bit fandom geeky. But we were trying to fight a character who had like pretty high stats compared to our characters who were, you know, level 1. And I got my butt handed to me. That would be really unfair to have you die like right away. Yeah, that's why she felt bad. So we found a way to mulligan it. But my character was so traumatized by the experience that she like alignment switched. So I had to play her character entirely differently too. Because I was just like, I think she'd be pretty traumatized by that happening though. So I had to like rework how I roleplayed her. And then it ended up not mattering because I never really got a chance to do another episode. Episode, I say, as if we were filming it. We weren't. We didn't get a chance to do another session. The brain damage of death caused a shift? Yeah. Sounds like a fun DM. She honestly did a really good job. It was more so that we just didn't have time. This particular internet friend of mine lives in Australia. A lot of the rest of us were not in Australia. So the fact that she was our DM, but she was also international, made it very hard for us to fully coordinate times properly. So eventually it just kind of became less of a priority. Time zones. Yeah, time zones with somebody who lives on the opposite side of the planet. And that's the person who's our DM. So we were like, well. There are two types of people in this world. People who are in Australia and people who are not. By that metric, technically, yes. There are two types of people. Technically, you're not wrong by saying this. Double time zone planning isn't that bad. It's when you got 3 in the mix that you need to get creative. Well, you also have to think about the fact that Onigashima has multiple time zones within it. Some of us were on one side of the coast. Some of us were on the other coast. Some of us were in the middle. And then we had our Australian. Our pet Australian. So it was just, it wasn't really gonna work out. It wasn't really gonna work out regardless, because some of us were on like the opposite coast. So there are time differences there as well. But it's fine. The bit of it that we did play was very fun. And like all of us were in school at the time too, various forms of school or working professionals. So that was also a big issue. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. But that was the only time I ever actually played a D&D. Every other time I've experienced D&D stuff, it's been through watching things like Critical Role or Dimension 20. Or like highlight reels of other people's campaigns. And it seems really cool. It's just, you know, I would have to choose a system that's not combat heavy and probably not like classic D&D. And I know there are systems for that. It's just, you know, that's what I would need in order to thrive. I love to roleplay. That's the main thing. I think I would just be a really good LARPer. If I could be so for real, I think I'm just meant to be a LARPer. More so than a actual D&D player. I just want to make characters and have stories with friends. And LARP. Nano knows a few if you ever want to go down that hole. Like I said, I also already know a few. Knowing them is not the issue. Savage Worlds and Call of Cthulhu are my faves for narrative. I've seen a few people play Call of Cthulhu. I hear good things. I can see Yuno getting down with giant foam weapons at the local park. Yup, that's me. Getting super into my dramatic character monologues, even as I am stabbed to death. I think I just really like the role-playing element, though, because that was how I met my bestie. I met my bestie through role-playing characters, so... I guess role-playing is just something that I really enjoy. That's the only thing I really, like about D&D, though. Like, when I watched D&D campaigns, like the Critical Roles or the D20s of the world, I love when they're doing the roleplay stuff. I do pay attention to the combat, but I don't like the combat nearly as much as the actual, like, role-playing. And, like, the improv acting and stuff. I can't really get into it. It's just not my scene. That's fair, that's the fun of so many different types of games and playstyles. True! True enough. There are some role-playing game systems where the combat is basically rolling 2d6 and getting back to the narrative. Yes, again, I'm aware they exist. I'm just telling you what I enjoy. I wasn't really... I didn't need to be told that the systems exist. I know they exist. But these are the things that I enjoy versus the experience that I had. But the big thing that's, like, the biggest, like, detracting factor when it comes to stuff like this is just finding the time. Life is just so busy, and there's so many other things I want to do with my time that, like, playing D&D of any kind in any play system is just so far, like, on the bottom of the totem pole that I'm just like, meh. I started playing one called Fabula Ultima recently. It sells itself as a TTJ RPG. Oh, interesting. Yes, but we're trying to forcibly convert you to our tribe. It's not gonna happen. I literally don't have the time. Come play my favorite TTRPG with me that takes all day? No. I won't, thank you. Oh, the art style for Fabula Ultima looks really good. Rejected again. You gotta stop shooting your shot. You should know by now that I'm not going to say yes. Please understand. Let's play Twilight Imperium together where it takes a few hours to set up, then an hour per player to play. That sounds like hell on earth. Come play my favorite board game that takes 6 hours to set up and requires the whole dining room table. Oh lord. You guys like super in-depth games, don't you? No wonder you like it when I stream for a long time. You're just used to experiencing things for long periods. I'm playing my favorite board game. It's Snake and Ladder. Oh my god, Snake and Ladder. Crazy. You don't know us. Or Monopoly, where it can take 2 minutes to set up or forever to set up when you fight over the pieces. True. I mean, I grew up playing Monopoly, so that one I'm a bit more used to. One snake and one ladder because normal game too long and scary. You know what? You're so valid. There's just one snake and one ladder. What will you roll? That's the fun. You start game, you roll snake. Ah, frick. You end game. Or conversely, you start game, you roll dice, you get ladder. Yay! You win game. You know, holding a d6, did you know our rolls are connected by fate? Did you know that our dice are connected by fate? And I hope I roll a crit. Oh, Hanaki. Fate dice, you say? Fate dice. Indeed, indeed. A quit to a hot Pwincess. Pwincess, you really should just wet daddy DM the game for us. Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. You're so right. And still managed to stretch one snake, one ladder out to a 2-hour game by arguing rules as written with the other players. Oh god. You're not really selling your case for why you would be a good person to play games with. You sound like the exact wrong person to play games with. Bruno looks like she's ready to go to a nightclub. No, I am just disguised because something idols need to be disguised when interacting with the public. I guess. I don't really know what the story is for this. I just kind of did it. One thing led to another in this stream. I don't have a reason at this point. I'm just here. And I'm too lazy to take all this shit off now that I went to all the effort to put it on. So here I am. I'm chill, trust. You are not chill. You just said you'd stretch it out to a 2-hour game where it's literally roll one dice and get either a snake or a ladder. Real Monopoly rules are the rules everyone actually plays with. Bitch, I don't remember. I haven't played it in ages. I think we had a few house rules, though, because I remember that there were, certain things that I was used to playing with that when I tried to play Monopoly with, like, other people, I was confused that they weren't options. I guess they were just house rules that OniMama liked. So I guess probably house rules. What's your new persona name? I don't know. Snake and ladder isn't comfy enough. It's just ladder now and everyone wins when someone gets to the end. Isn't it? If it's just one ladder though, isn't it just you roll and then you get ladder? What happens if you still roll snake? Because the dice is still going to have snake on it. Didn't play board games much as a kid, was really into card games, but had no one to play with. That's fair. I tried playing Monopoly with the actual rules. It's hell. Oh, really? That's crazy. I honestly don't know what the actual rules are, at least in difference from what I played with, which means I probably was just playing with, like, house rules. Real Monopoly rules state that every time anyone lands on an empty space, they must either buy it or it gets auctioned by the bank. I see. Doesn't sound that bad. I mean, especially if it just leads to something going up for auction. Could be worse, I guess. But no, I was also super into card games. OniMama and I would play card games a lot. My favorite was War. I really liked War. War could also get super crazy if you had a lot of people playing at once, and that's what I loved about it. I loved playing War. My reaction time was killer. I liked War. I know we played Old Maid a lot. Old Maid was fun. I really like War. Please don't quote that. The speed card game? Yeah. My reaction time was pretty good. And then, like I said, we played Old Maid a lot. I was not that good at that one. What other card games? I'm trying to think. Go Fish, which was kind of similar to Old Maid, I guess. Go Fish I was kind of meh on, but I didn't mind playing it because, like, when I had to play with my younger cousins, that was the easier game for them to play because I kept kicking their asses at War. So we would play Go Fish instead because it was a little bit easier. Mostly simple games. I never really learned how to play things like poker or, blackjack. I didn't really understand blackjack. And then I've talked about this before, but I also really like Uno. Uno is fun. But Uno was always hard to play because if it was just me and OniMama, it's hard to play Uno with two people because you can usually just, like, destroy the other person if you manage to get into a good flow. And you just use up all your cards and you're done. The boys and I had a casino phase. Oh, damn. Did you win? It is almost your namesake game, ya Uno. This is true. I didn't pick this name because of the relation to Uno, however. Alright, to my D2, thank you for the stretch redeem. Doing a big old stretch right now. Highest dice is really fun when you have a vial of poison, too. So you just have poison lying around for liar's dice? You need to talk to someone. Liar's dice is really fun when you have revolvers for everyone. Ah, I see. Now we're just getting into Liar's Bar. Casinos have pretty lights and drinks, don't even need to gamble. Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it. You use vodka if you're a whip? What do you mean? I like vodka. I like vodka. It's good. Russian roulette? No! No, that's dangerous. I cannot condone Russian roulette. No, sir. Anyway. It's only dangerous if you're bad at it. Solo trust fall exercise. Trust fall! Immediately falls and hits my head on the pavement. Ugh, I can't trust anyone, not even myself. Things that would literally happen to me, probably. Things that would probably literally actually happen. Coroner be like, this person did a solo trust fall. Everybody else in the coroner's office, damn. Rest in peace. Yet another one taken by the epidemic. My death is ruled just as stupid as the people who died by eating Tide Pods. If you're at peace with yourself, you can pick yourself up mid-fall. Yeah, that's never gonna happen for me. Ahahaha. Ahahaha. That's never gonna happen. Although I have gotten better at catching myself when I trip, but only if I fall forwards. Good old Darwinism, so true. Evolution. Ugh. Okay. I should probably consider wrapping up soonish. I don't know how soon, but soonish. Soon-ish. My nose is getting really stuffy and I don't know why. I think the nerd voice is starting to take its toll on me. It's just like, oh, do you want to sound like this permanently? Do you want to have stuffy nose forever? Do you want to be in hell? So I'm just like, no, please. No, please. You will see that all of the waiting rooms for the rest of the week, besides Friday and Saturday, are up. They are up. So you will see that I am streaming other things. Tomorrow we have 2 streams. We have Is This Seat Taken and tarot reading in the evening. And then Wednesday is off, and then I have Chrono Trigger and $1 1 sentence. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Wear that fedora another hour and it becomes permanent. No! I don't want it to sound like that forever! It's just like slowly converting me. I start talking like myself less and less, and I just speak entirely in the tone of voice where I call you guys Pwincess. And you guys are like, Yuno? Where are you? And I'm just like, who is Yuno? You should be referring to me as daddy. And you're just like, nope, it's over. Everybody leaves at once. I just go from however many my CCV is to 0. Could be that voice was your real one all along. No! I currently speak to you in my real voice. I do make a lot of silly voices and sounds as part of my bits and my jokes. But I guarantee you that the voice I'm currently speaking in is my real one. Just sometimes a little bit higher for the sake of adding a bit more pep and energy. If anything, your CCV would double. Watch this VTuber Fedorify herself in real time. That would be crazy, I think. This VTuber lost her original personality over the course of a stream. Now she talks like a Redditor forever and thinks that she actually is one. Sources say it's because she decided to put on a Fedora asset in the middle of this stream, but now she won't take it off. A look at the source files says that the Fedora seems to have always been part of this model. People get so worried about me, they try to do a wellness check, and then they find out that even the me in the real world is wearing a fedora, and they're like, oh no. The fedora wasn't planned. Well, I used the fedora in the thumbnail as like a bit, and then somebody was like, it's clickbait! Why aren't you wearing a fedora? Why aren't you wearing a fedora right now? So I was like, okay, God. So I grabbed the fedora that I used in the thumbnail, and I imported it to VTube Studio, and I put it on my head, and they were like, perfect, now you need facial hair. And I was like, I can't give you a goatee, but I can give you a mustache. So I grabbed a mustache asset. And then the minute I put the mustache on, everyone was like, perfect, now you just need sunglasses. And I was like, oh my God, the people's demands. So then I put on sunglasses, and then I fought for like 20 minutes to try and get everything to stay in the right spots on my face so that it wouldn't look stupid. Not all heroes wear capes, some make Yuno wear fedoras. There's your first problem, you listen to chat. Yeah, but not listening to chat is also bad. They can have little treats sometimes. They can have little treats occasionally. And today just happened to be one of those days where I was willing to give them little treats. But no, I wasn't planning to actually wear the fedora during stream. I was just gonna hang out and be normal, but then everybody was just like, where's the fedora, Yuno Hanaki? We were promised a fedora. So I was like, okay, you realize what you're unlocking by making me wear this, right? And they were like, and they were all like, yep. And I was like, okay. Whatever you say, Pwincess. And I put on the fedora. And now they have to live with this. Several people have also been dealing with the consequences, because every time they look over and see this monstrosity on screen, they're just like, oh God, I forgot that we did this to her. So it could be worse. I hope you didn't learn your lesson and we'll do this again in the future. What? Add stupid assets to my model for you guys? I mean, maybe. I have to look into seeing if there's a way to roll back the version that I'm on so that I can use the old way of adjusting layers, though, because that would have been a lot easier than how they've decided to do it now. Because, God, the way that my layers are sorted in VTS now on this model makes it really difficult to do what I want to do. I think they did this because they thought it would be easier for people to send or to like set the files on the right part of the model. But for me, because of how my layers are organized, it's not good. It's very bad. Make that a donation incentive, silly assets. But then, like, the problem with that, though, is if someone requests something I don't already have, like, saved in my VTube Studio, I'd have to go find an asset and then add it to VTube Studio and then put it on, which could, like, detract from stream. I'm not really a fan of incentives of things that, like, fully detract from what I'm doing on stream. Like, if I'm in the middle of playing a game and somebody manages to roll the, like, put on a random asset and they're just like, go put on this outfit, I'll just be like, I don't have it, so then I have to go get it. And that's just kind of a pain, in my opinion. I'll consider it, though. I could probably make it so that the wheel specifies what gets put on instead, if it ends up being related to wheel spins, or I can find a way to have, like, a list of the assets that I do have, and then people can pick from those to figure out what I should wear. We could do it like that, I guess. It would mean that I'd have to pull up a list every time that was asked for, but it would probably be more doable than just having to stop what I'm doing and, like, search for assets that I don't have. So maybe. I'll think about it. We did something similar during my first birthday in Kawaii, where there was an option to either add or remove glasses. Most people chose add. I was, like, covered in birthday girl glasses. I was covered in birthday girl glasses. Which was very silly. Oh, sorry. They weren't birthday girl glasses. They were actually birthday boy glasses. Do you guys remember these? Remember these bad boys? It's my birthday! Or they're actually labeled as birthday boy glasses. I layered this shit up. There were so many on my person by the end of that stream. A classique. Basically, no one was asking to remove them. They were all just like, time to make her wear 80,000. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It is, in fact, not my birthday. We have a few more months before my birthday. Speaking of birthdays, though, Kaya Nishikino's birthday is coming up. You guys should be planning to celebrate her birthday. She did post her birthday hashtag on, I think, her sub account. I don't know why she didn't put it on main. But yeah, she has one on her sub account, I believe. And her birthday's coming up, so you should celebrate. I believe the tag is Kaya turns 2. And 2 is the number, but you should celebrate. You should celebrate her birthday. Her sub is basically her main. I think she tweets on both pretty evenly. She does spam more on the sub account, but she's gotten into using her main a bit more often recently. I know because I have notifications on for her main account, and I will often get like 10 tweets at once because she's flirting with girls. It's very funny because I'll see Lynn being like, oh, I had an interesting day at work, or I spent a lot of time playing with my cats. Time for a stream. Like very like polite and like wholesome tweets usually, and meanwhile Kaya's just like tweeting about how much she's kissing women and like drawing art of her sloppily making out with other women. Being down bad for women, being caught cheating on one woman with another woman. Something about being pregnant with one woman's child. It's a lot. She's doing a lot over there. All of that is to say, I do think that her main is about as active as her sub account. Kaya embodying women! Women! Very true. With everyone except you? Well, I don't want her to flirt with me, so that's fine. I don't want that, so I'm fine with it. But I do think it's very funny every time I have to look at my notifs and I'm just like, oh, Kaya's kissing another woman. I'm just like, she's kissing women again, I see. Yup, she's jealous, alright. I'm really not. In terms of, like, if there was going to be any jealousy involved, it would really only be towards the fact that I wish I was kissing the other girls. But I promise you, I'm not jealous. You're entertained. I do think it's funny, especially the times where she gets caught flirting with other women in front of previous women she's flirted with. I do think that the soap opera of it all is kind of funny. And I'm always just like, heh heh. But yeah, I think I am going to call stream here for tonight. Feels like a good time too. It's about midnight over here anyway. Don't cry. There's still gonna be plenty of streams this week. Who would interpret that as jealous about Kaya? We are aware here, but there are blue women afoot. True. If it's blue women that are involved, I'm like, pause. Pause. Getting caught is half the fun. I don't know if it is for her. Anyway. But yeah, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time, I will be playing Is This Seat Taken? Once again, multi-streaming. All of the streams that will be happening this week are also going to be multi-streams. So, for those of you that are Twitch-onlys, you will also see the streams. They'll just be going up around the same time as the YouTube rooms go live. But first will be Is This Seat Taken at noon, because I was smart and I remembered to change the time this time so I don't have to get up at 8 a.m. Yay, me. Very smart of me, very epic. So that will be at 12 p.m. The second stream will be tarot reading. Paid tarot reading requests. It will be 15 doll hairs per request. I'm sorry that it had to go up a bit in price, but we gotta grind. So that will be happening in the evening, 8 p.m. EST. Wednesday, as usual, that is my off day. I will be doing no worky. I will be turning my brain off. Thursday will also be a double stream day. We'll do Chrono Trigger at 10 a.m. EST, and then at 8 p.m. EST, we'll be revisiting the $1 one sentence stream. So you donate a doll hair, and then you get to choose a sentence, and I have to make a story out of whatever your sentence is. So we'll get to see how crazy it gets, and we can get particularly more unhinged now that I'm no longer corporate. So keep that in mind when you're submitting your ideas. I don't mind if it gets a little bit more crazy now that I'm no longer corporate, and you know, we don't have to sugarcoat things as much over here. Smile. So you will have that to look forward to as well. And then Friday and Saturday will be 12-hour streams, where I'll be playing games that would have had crowd control, but they don't now. I'll figure out how to approach it later when the time comes. You'll know about it by the time the stream actually happens. But that's the plan. And of course, if you have the means, if you have the ability to, I am raising money to get the second payment taken care of for my 2.0 rigging. So if you have the means and you are able to leave a little tip for your Oni for making stuff, it would be super appreciated. Stream Elements donations are the main ones that count. Sorry, Stream Elements tips are the main ones that count. But it's not mandatory. It just would be very, very helpful, because if we're able to meet it this week, then I will be able to stay on target for the re-debut, which will be in October. So yeah, that's gonna be going like the whole week. It isn't just the 12-hour streams that are dedicated to earning that. So you will probably see the tip tracker the rest of the week as well, but I'm not gonna make like a big deal out of it every stream. If you are able to tip, then that's great. If you're not able to, that's okay. I totally understand. But I'm going to work hard because I do want to try and earn this and make it happen so that it can happen on time. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to delay it a bit until I can pay properly. Ungloved hand-holding will be allowed? Yeah. The only thing, though, is I'm probably still going to have a bit of a rule about shipping VTubers with each other. I just don't think we should do that here. Because I don't want to have to then, like, panic and try to get every individual person's permission to still use them like that in the story. So that might be one of the only, like, rules. I think we can mention other VTubers, but I think we should just be careful about, like, no shipping, really. Because most VTubers have rules about not wanting to be shipped with each other. So it might be better off just, not shipping VTubers with other VTubers. That's the only thing. That's like 50% of our content already, though. We'll figure it out, don't worry. You don't have to worry about that until Thursday. Don't even worry about it, Pwincess. Interlaced fingers on the first date. Just remember, Yuno tops. Correct. I do top. What if we ship Yuno with Yuno? I mean, I don't particularly ship self-cessed, but if that's how the cookie crumbles and people are donating their dollars to make that happen, then I will write it. I'll make it believable. We'll make it work. It'll be like a very crazy Mad Libs, basically. I'll have a bit of a beginning written and like a base premise. And then wherever the story goes from there will be based on the tips that come in. So that's what you have to look forward to the rest of this week. I'm excited. I think it'll still be fun. I know it's a grind still, but I think we will still have a good time together. So I am looking forward to it. Getting to spend time with you guys ultimately is still what matters the most to me. Even if I do have a goal. I may have a goal, but I also do like spending time with you. So I'm very grateful that we get to do more of it. Okay. But for real, I'm going to call it here for tonight. Stop distracting me! I'm trying to end! You keep doing this! It's more like I keep falling for it, actually. I can't entirely blame you. What a coincidence. I like spending time here too. Ugh, cringe. You like spending time here with me? Whoa. I don't know about all that. No, I do really like spending time with you guys. I think that's part of why I'm so happy that my stream endurance has managed to go up higher than it used to be. I feel pretty good about that. We're too good at distractions. I want to keep yapping is the thing. But I know better, and if I stay up too late yapping with you guys, it's gonna be difficult for me to do everything that I need to do in the morning before the stream at noon. So I have to cut myself off. I have to pull myself away. I have to pull myself away and do other things. It's okay, you love us.
I do. I love you very, very much. I know that's sappy, but I do. And I'm very appreciative of everything that you guys do for me, genuinely. I do care about you guys a lot. I love you. You've been very good to me. I'm going to continue to be good to you. It'll especially be easier once I am over this hurdle with 2.0. Once 2.0 is here, you guys are going to get so freaking love bombed, it's gonna be crazy. So I hope you're prepared for that. You know, pretty cute most times. Thank you. You guys can be pretty cute too, also occasionally. Oh, okay, you're my little pog champ. I will take the role with pride. One of few times I'll be okay with you calling me little. But yeah, I do have to call it now. So, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu!